Hey guys, this is Philip with Dork Hammer, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Warhammer's Armies Project Warriors of Chaos Army book. Okay, so if you're not familiar, basically this is the ninth edition, unofficial ninth edition of this army since uh, Warhammer Fantasy got canceled back in 2015. All right, guys. So I would love to say that this is the first time looking at this uh, battle. This army book, but it isn't because I recorded a video earlier on this, and yeah, the sound was messed up. So yeah, not good. So here we go. Anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and look at the army special rules. Okay, so here we go. First things first is we got the Eye of the Gods, which is pretty cool. I've read this before, and I remember what it is. So basically, okay, so first things first, let me read a little bit of it. So models can never refuse a challenge, and if possible, they have to issue one. Okay, there are several if there are several models with this special involved in the combat, the controlling player gets to choose. So you'll have to accept, and or if not, issue, and or if not, is that right? Issue a challenge if possible. In addition, what's it called? If you kill, let's see, if a model with this special rule kills an enemy character or destroys a non-expendable unit, so you can't kill like slaves or something like that, or peasants, I guess, or something like that. In close combat with spells or through charging or pursuing. Looks like you can't do it with shooting. So, well, not that there is a lot of shooting on here. You roll a 2d6 and you get certain powers, okay? So that's kind of cool. And later on, you'll see what they do. So the next thing is the Will of Chaos, which is pretty much you get to reroll failed panic tests. Pretty cool. That's pretty good. So I guess it basically extends your BSB bubble. Demonic. Demonic basically means that you have fear, magical attacks. You have unstable rules, which means that when you take your leadership test or whatever, you're basically going to be losing a wound. I think it is. You know what? Let's go look that up really, really quick and see if I'm correct. Unstable. Oops, I can't. Right. Type whatever. Many warriors. Let's see. Unstable, they're unbreakable, so also they're unbreakable and suffer one extra wound for every point they have lost. They are lost of the round of combat by with no saves of any kind permitted. So basically, instead of being steadfast or anything like that, you just suffer a wound for every point you lost combat by. So when you take your leadership test. Well, I wonder though, like, does that just mean that there's no leadership test? If you lost combat, you just lose that period. I guess that's what it is. So if you lose by like 2, you lose 2 more extra units or points or whatever, or extra models or points or something like that. Yeah, okay. Unlike unbreakable units, unstable characters may join unstable units. So the control player first allocates the wounds to the unit, then divides remaining wounds as if possible against the characters. Okay, so all right, we got our question answered there. Let's move on. Enforceable Weapons. Basically, this is going to be +1 to strength, and it's magical attacks. It's pretty good roll. Pretty good roll. Okay, now we're gonna go to the marks, which I never understood the marks before. I've always loved the Warriors of Chaos. I thought they were a cool looking army. I just never fought them, nor have I ever owned any. So I was actually looking on eBay recently to see if I could buy some. So Mark of Khorne is pretty simple. You get Frenzy. Mark of Nurgle is, and I'll tell you which one I like out of all these. So Frenzy's okay. Or good. Mark of Nurgle adds +1 to toughness and -2 to initiative. I can't say I'm too crazy about that. I guess it just depends on the unit. Okay, I mean, it's like an ogre or something like that, or actually, I don't know. Mark of Slaanesh. Okay, so we got Frenzy for Nurgle. We got +1 toughness, -2 initiative on Slaanesh, or I'm sorry, on Nurgle. Slaanesh is immune to psychology and stubborn, which I think I like this one the best, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's the one I just like on paper. I like it the best because stubborn is just a great role. Frenzy can bite you in the ass, and less initiative can also bite you in the ass. So I guess you could do stuff to, you know what? A lot of the Warriors of Chaos are high in initiative, anyways. But yeah, if you go up against elves or something with always strikes, I guess always strikes first doesn't matter. But you go something up against something beefed up with higher initiative, I guess you're screwed no matter what. Next thing is going to be the Mark of Tzeentch, which basically gives you magic resistance once and a 6 of 1 and a 6+ ward save. So this is what I wonder here, guys. Maybe y'all can let me know in the comments below. Does that mean that, okay, let's say you already have a, well, I guess if you're demonic, you get a 5+ ward save. I think I answered my own question there. So yeah, basically, if if you're Mark of Tzeentch or whatever, you get a 6+ ward save, and then you get a magic resistance 1. So you basically have a 5+ ward save against magic. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Of course, you can still get shot the hell up too, so that's not good. Here's the Eye of the Gods table. I wonder if I want to read all of these. Maybe I'll just summarize. I remember the first one is basically if you roll damned by Chaos, the Chaos Champion is removed from play as a casualty. Also, the mount, if they're on one, is basically replaced with a Chaos Spawn. If they can't be, let's see, if they're in a unit before it turns to a place. So if it was a unit before it turned into a spawn, the spawn comes within 3 or ends up, outside of 3 inches, within 3 inches of the unit, at least 1 inch away from any unit or passable terrain. This is a normal chaos spawn. It's a regular chaos spawn, not a beefed up one. There is a beefed up one, and it retains none of the magical equipment or none of the equipment grades, upgrades, or anything like that. So it's basically just a plain old chaos spawn. Marks of chaos, chaos mutation power, special rules. So no special rules exist. A new spawn doesn't generate any new victory points. So it just becomes a blob of chaos, pretty much. Not the greatest thing, not the worst thing in the world, but not good. No, you know what? It is kind of terrible because basically that means that you lose that character and that mount. So if you have a 600 point character or 500 point character in a dragon, and they roll on the Eye of the Gods and then roll this, then you're done for. I mean, you get a chaos spawn, but that ain't gonna be good. All right, we got the Aura of Chaos. Basically, you get a 6+ ward save. Chaos Champion gets +1 toughness for a 4. Iron Skin gets a natural armor 6+. Murderous Mutation gives you +1 weapon skill. The Eye opens. You can reroll 1 failed roll to hit, to wound, or save at the end of his next turn. Pretty cool. Number 8 is Unearthly Reflexes, +1 initiative. Number 9 is pretty nice, +1 attack. Number 10 is +1 strength. That's great. Number 11 is +1 leadership. It's pretty good. 9 or 10, probably my favorite one so far. Let's see. 11 is. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 9, 10 is my favorite so far. 11's okay. 12. Okay, so this is pretty crazy right here. So basically, you replace it with a Demon Prince, which is basically like a Bloodthirster. So this is brutal. And here's the crazy thing too. So like, this is the opposite of that first one, the Damned by the Chaos Gods or whatever. Dark Apotheosis basically means that you get a Demon Prince. You can't fit in the unit. You got to put him within 3 inches, at least 1 inch away from passable terrain, blah, blah, blah. He retains any equipment, any marks, chaos mutations, magic items, any of that stuff. And if the Chaos Champion... So if it was your general, your BSB, that Bloodthirster basically becomes the same thing. If it was a wizard, Demon Prince retains wizard levels and knows the same spells. I mean, it doesn't generate any additional victory points, but you get all the benefits of having a Bloodthirster beefed up with anything you put on that character. So pretty damn good. All right. Next thing we got is the Chaos Lords. Chaos Lords are scary in general. Just a base Chaos Lords. Movement 4, weapon skill 8, strength 5, toughness 5. He's like a monster almost. 3 wounds, 7 initiative, 5 attacks, 9 leadership. You can roll the Eye of the Gods. Has the Will of Chaos. So already a good start. Exalted Champion. So we have, this is basically going to be your BSB kind of guy. Eye of the Gods, Will of Chaos, weapon skill 7, strength 5, toughness 4. Oh, 2 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership 8, initiative 6. So just pretty damn good. Even these sorcerers are pretty damn good, guys. It just, Chaos guys are just scary in general. See, look at this. Look at this. Weapon skill 5, strength 4, toughness 4, 3 attacks, 3 wounds. I mean, that's a character, and that's like a regular, just like BSB on most armies, right? Except maybe they're like weapon skill 6, but still leadership 8. And basically, you can take these lords. They have fire, metal, lore, shadow, death. Chaos Sorcerer will also make a Chaos Sorcerer with the mark of Tzeentch, Nurgle, Slaanesh must use the lore of Tzeentch, the lore of Nurgle, or the lore of Slaanesh, respectively. So they have the Eye of the Gods, Will of Chaos. Slaughter Priest. So these are kind of cool, guys, because if I remember correctly, these are kind of like the Warrior Priest on the Empire. But check them out. Weapon skill 6, strength 5, toughness 4, 2 wounds, 3 attacks, 8 leadership. They have the mark of Khorne, which is Frenzy. They have magic resistance 1. So they got not a 6+ ward save, but they have magic resistance 1. Not bad. So then a Slaughter Priest channels Dispel Dice and gets +1 to Dispel the same manner as a level 2 wizard. Pretty solid. So these prayers are pretty cool. So check this out. So they're a power level 4. Slaughter Priest get +1 to cast for each unsaved wound they've caused in close combat. So these are killy guys in combat. And now I get the little spinning wheel. Let me see if I can get this to go away. So yeah, they're pretty good in combat, close combat, and that's good because it helps you cast spells. So the first spell we have here, or prayers, I guess. I'm sorry, cast prayers. The first one is Blood Boil. Blood Boil is a direct damage spell, a range of 12 inches. The target units receive D6, strength 5 hits, and ignores armor saves. So that's pretty much like Warp Lightning by the Skaven. Has no effect against ethereal, animated constructs, or forest spirit special rules. I cannot talk, guys. So Bloodbind is the next prayer. Bloodbind is an augment or a hex with a range of 18 inches that can be cast on unengaged units. The target must immediately move forward towards the random, using the random movement special rule. This has no effect on models with the immune to psychology special rule, though frenzied units are still affected. So you can still affect frenzied units. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, could come in pretty handy. So next we got the scary Demon Princess. I mean, these guys are just so cool. I love this model. All right, so the Demon Prince is a Monstrous Infantry character, basically and I think I'm wrong. Is this actually a demon, a bloodthirster? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've been thinking about this wrong. Is it, if it's Monstrous Infantry? It means it's not a monster, so it's not a bloodthirster. It's just a character that's Monstrous Infantry. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe I'm getting something mixed up. So, anyways, either way, guys, Demon Prince is a wizard that uses fire, metal, death, or shadow, and then if it is a demon of Tzeentch, Nurgle, or Slaanesh, it will use the Lord Tzeentch, Nurgle, or Slaanesh, respectively, right? So it does cause terror, and it is demonic, obviously, right? Now there are some upgrades here. We got a Demon of Khorne. Demon of Khorne has a hatred. See, I read this before, guys, and I don't know why it says Demon of Khorne has the hatred, and then it says Demons of Slaanesh. I guess is that the I don't know what that means. So I'm a little confused by that. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I read that last time. I didn't understand why it said that. Maybe y'all can help me out in the comments. Demon Core has a hatred, Demons of Slaanesh, magic resistance 1, and strength bonus 1 special rules. I mean, strength 1, that's pretty awesome. So hatred and +1 strength. Tzeentch has the hatred, has 6+ ward save, and see, here's what I don't understand is like, does it not? It's already demonic. Does that mean if it gains a 6+ ward save, does it now have a 6+, a 5+ ward save? So 2 ward saves? Or does it like make his existing ward save better? So this is the part I don't understand. So maybe it gives him a 6+ ward save, and then being demonic, it'll give him a 4+. Since they stack up, since you can stack stuff up now, I'm not really sure, to be honest. So yeah, somebody could let me know that too. Also, wizards with the Daemon of Tzeentch upgrade can also reroll channeling results of 1. So that's pretty solid. Demon of Nurgle. Demon Nurgle has a hatred, Demons of Tzeentch, special rule, and enemy models in base context suffer -1 to their weapon skill. So it's pretty good. I think I'll take the +1 strength. Maybe, I don't know. It might be different. It depends who you're fighting. Because if you're fighting something with high weapon skill, this might be the difference, and I'm hitting you. Next thing is going to be a Demon of Slaanesh has the hatred, Demon of Khorne. I don't know why it says that. And armor piercing 2. So -2 to your save. Special rules. So I don't know. I think I'll take the strength bonus and the magic resistance 1 and the hatred. That sounds better to me. Anyways, look at the stats here, guys. Movement 8. I think it flies, if I'm not mistaken. Causes terror. Weapon skill 8. Strength 6. Toughness 5. 5 wounds. 5 attacks. Just a scary sumbitch. All right. Our next thing is going to be Chaos Marauders. Chaos Marauders are strength 3. Strength 4. Toughness 3. Oh, that's an elite one. So you have a Chaos Marauder. Weapon skill 4, which is pretty good for basic infantry, guys. Strength 3, toughness 3, will of chaos. So they can just what is it? Will reroll panic test. I think that's what it was. So what else we got here? Marauder Hunters. So it's gonna be like scouts, I guess. Yeah, skirmishers. Weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 3, 4 for the champion, and just 1 attack, leadership 7. So let's go over here to look at the elite Marauders, which are a little bit better. Weapon skill 4, strength 4, toughness 3, 1 attack, 4 initiative. Marauder Chieftain, which will be like I guess it'll be like a little hero. I don't know. I guess so. Weapon skill 6, strength 4, toughness 4, 2 wounds, 3 attacks. So solid little. I don't know how much. Depends how much it costs. Next we got some Marauder Horsemen. I guess it's gonna be just okay. Fast cavalry. The Will of Chaos. Leadership 7, weapon skill 4, toughness, strength and toughness 3, initiative 3. So very basic fast cavalry guys. I mean, are they holding any kind of things to shoot or anything? I guess they are. Maybe not. I mean, are they literally just like flankers? I guess so. Next thing is going to be Marauder Chariots. Marauder Chariots are strength 5, toughness 4, 4 wounds. They got a Marauder on top. Warhorse moving 8. So chariot, it just looks like a cheap chariot you can take. But, I mean, chariots can be pretty good on the charge, right? So if you use them wisely. And if anything, they're going to be something that, get some attention. Attention for shooting or magic that'll take it away from your bigger units. Next thing we got is Scary Chaos Warriors. Oh boy. Here we go. So Chaos Warriors are weapon skill 5, movement 4, strength 4, toughness 4, 2 attacks each, leadership 8, and Will of Chaos. I mean, they're just pretty solid choices. And I'm not sure what kind of armor they have, but I'm pretty sure they have like either a 4+ or 3+ armor or something crazy like that. I mean, that's just solid. But they're expensive though. Chaos Knights. Chaos Knights going to be weapon skill 5, strength 4, toughness 4, same thing. Initiative 4, 2 attacks each, 3 on the Doom Knight. The Chaos Steed is strength 4. So pretty solid there. But they're going to be a little pricey. Chaos Chariots, okay, so they're going to be strength 5, toughness 5, 4 wounds. And they have a Chaos Charioteer, which is strength 4 instead of 3. And it has 2 attacks too. So not too bad. Only a 6+ armor save on the Chariot though, so that's not too bad, too great. You just get a little bit better of a toughness with strength or toughness 5. Next thing we have is Gore Beast Chariots, which is going to be a little bit of an upgrade. It's going to be a Gore Beast. Is it like a big monster or something? I'm not sure. But either way, it says movement 5. Has weapon skill 5 on the Charioteer. Strength 4, 2 attacks. Strength 5, toughness 5, 5 wounds, leadership 8. The Gore Beast, yeah, it's like a monster infantry or cavalry or something. Has strength 5. And then it has 3 attacks. So yeah, it's like an upgraded one. Next we have is Chosen, which these guys are scary. They have weapon skill 6, strength 4, toughness 4, 2 attacks each, initiative 5, leadership 8, will of chaos, and then you can do this and make them their chosen. Okay, or I guess they are the chosen. I'm sorry. Chosen follow the rules of the Eye of the God special rule. If the result rolled is damned by chaos or dark apotheosis, that result is immediately applied to the unit's chosen champion. If the unit does not contain the champion, the result instead treated as the eye opens result. Otherwise, the result is applied to every chosen model in the unit. What is the eye open? Here, so we're 179. Let's go look at the Eye of the Gods table real quick. I don't remember exactly what that one was. So the eye opens. A little further ahead. Okay, the eye opens. Okay, so the chaos can reroll 1 fail to roll to hit, wound, or save. So nothing terrible there, guys. So definitely not terrible. And yeah, no big deal. Let's see, did I go? I need to go a little further down. Chaos Warriors, Chaos Knights, Chosen. Okay, all right. So you can actually apply all this stuff to the unit, which is pretty brutal. Varangard is next. Varangard is going to be some Satan-looking guys with some kind of steed, some kind of hell steed. Let's see what they do. So they're monstrous cavalry. Interesting. So it's gonna be like kind of like the Mournfang or something like that from the ogres or something. Oh, they only have 1 wound, so it's strength 5, toughness 4, 1 wound, 2 attacks each, leadership 8, weapon skill 6. Pretty solid there. The Ever Chosen gets 1 more attack. A demonic mount moves 8, has strength 5, toughness 4 itself, weapon skill 4, 2 attacks. This demonic has devastating charge, yikes, and the Will of Chaos. Skull Reapers are next. Skull Reapers are these some kind of big infantry. Okay, so Skull Reaper has weapon skill 6, strength 4, toughness 4, 3 attacks, 2 wounds each, 8 leadership. Mark of Khorne, which if I remember is Frenzy. So they have 4 attacks each. That's kind of scary. Wrathmongers are next, which Wrathmongers are infantry. They got Mark of Khorne, also Frenzy. Strength 5, toughness 4, 3 attacks each, so 4 attacks with the Frenzy. Leadership 8, weapon skill 6. I mean, geez, these guys just... It's like they're all elite units. What the heck? They've got to be expensive, though. They better be. So they have Wrath Flails. Wrath Flails use the following profile. Range, as unit, +1 attack. So they actually have 5. Are you kidding me? So that means they have 5 attacks base? Are you kidding me? They have +1 attack, impact hits, and a strength bonus. So they're actually tough. Strength 6, 5 attacks each, 6 on the champion. Am I to understand that? That's crazy, guys. Uh, I don't know. Oh, we have to look those guys. What were they? Wrathmongers? Is that what they call? Oh, okay. We'll check. We'll keep an eye out for those guys. Skull Crushers are next. Skull Crushers. I see these guys on the what do you call it? Total Warhammer. Skull Crusher is weapon skill 5, strength 4, toughness 4, 2 attacks, 8 leadership. Demonic. This is Juggernaut only, so it's only the steed. Demon of Khorne. I forget what that one is with all these marks and different demons. Mark of Khorne. I remember that one's Frenzy, so they have Frenzy as well. Unless I'm not remember right. Natural armor 6+, and the Will of Chaos. The Skull Hunter is just a champion. This Juggernaut has weapon skill 4, movement 7, strength 5, toughness 4, 3 attacks. So kind of like almost like a griffin. Sheesh. Fate Masters are next, which I don't know what these guys are the ones that fly around on the disc. Weapon skill 5, strength 4, toughness 4, of course. 2 attacks each, 2 wounds each, 8 leadership. The Doomsayer, the leader, is the captain. 3 attacks for him. The Disc of Tzeentch, I guess it attacks itself. Not itself, but it itself attacks. Strength 4, toughness 4, 2 attacks. Initiative 4. Yeah, scary. Demon of Tzeentch, I don't remember what that means. It flies. Mark of Tzeentch, which, if I remember, Mark of Tzeentch, is that the one with the ward save where it gets 6+ ward save plus magic 1 resistance and hatred? So yeah, that'll do it. So they carry a Fireglaive. Fireglaive follows all attacks for pole arms, so basically it's like a halberd. So they're going to be basically strength 5, flaming attacks and magical attacks. So yikes. What else? Fate Masters and any friendly units within 8 inches maybe roll 1s when taking armor save. Pretty solid. Coven of Tzeentch. A unit of Fate Master is considered to be a level 2 wizard that knows the spell of Blue Fire Tzeentch and the Pink Fire Tzeentch from the Lord Tzeentch. This doesn't prevent other friendly wizards from knowing the same spell. Each unit casts a spell. So in the event, so basically these are like these. There's a lot of like these kind of units in the Warhammer universe, the Warhammer Fantasy universe, and in WAP or Warhammer's Armies Project, where you have like 5, and you can get a little bit extra to cast when you have for every rank you have, and then you only take D3 wounds whenever you miscast. So it's kind of nice. These guys are just even tougher. So imagine that with them being Chaos Wars. Anyways, Putrid Blight Kings are next. Putrid Blight Kings are scary looking as hell. They're the ones with their stomach all jacked up. They have a weapon skill 6. They have what's it called? They have strength 4, toughness 5. They have 2 wounds each, 3 attacks each, leadership 8, mark of Nurgle. So that basically means they're actually toughness 6 and -2 initiative. So they're basically initiative 1. They're just like a big old dumb ogre. With 3 attacks and toughness 6. Jesus. Bountiful Blades. If at the start of each round of close combat, the unit can choose which weapon they want to use for the duration of the round. So they kind of have an arm to the teeth kind of deal, kind of like orcs. I can't imagine. I imagine it's going to give them like +1 or 2 strength. So, it's just brutal. I don't understand how they're so good. So the next is the coolest name in the galaxy for any kind of unit is the Pussy Goyle Blight Lords. I mean, come on. Oh, I said Pussy Goyle. I read this like that last time. The Puss Goyle. the Puss Goyle Blight Lords. Weapon skill 6, 3, 4, toughness 5. 3 attacks each, initiative 3, leadership 8. The Lord of Afflictions has 4 attacks. The Rotfly, so basically they that's their mount that flies, and that thing's got 3 attacks, 3, 4, toughness 5 as well. The Rotfly is demonic. It's a demon of Nurgle, so I forget what that rule is, to be honest. Like I said before. Here, let's make it wider. That'll be better. And what else? The Rotfly, 3 attacks, weapon skill 3. So a little bit. Oh yeah, so it flies. It's a Mark of Nurgle. Mark of Nurgle, which is going to be +1 toughness, -1 initiative, strength. It's going to be toughness 6. Poison attacks. Oh god. Sorry for yelling. All right, now next we have is the Death Head of Nurgle, which is that like something they can shoot? I guess. Yeah, I guess it's some kind of like shooting profile thing. So it's a range of 12, strength 4, multiple wounds, poison attacks, quick to fire. So you can even, oh man, it's just brutal. That's a pretty cool little thing. I'll take out some chaff. So we got Hellstrider next. A Hellstrider is some kind of cavalry. Strength 3, toughness 3, 1 attack. So it looks like some just kind of like chaff. It moves 20. So, jeez. Of course, they got some crazy stuff like that. And we got poison attacks. Marco Slaanesh was just immune to psychology, or stubborn and immune to psychology thing. Immunity to psychology. They have the Soul Hunters. When a Hellstrider, when a unit, I guess this is what they look like there. I guess it has some kind of Marauder on top, or something. I don't know. When a unit of Hellstriders of Slaanesh destroy an enemy in close combat, 3 charge and complete, they can gain a bonus special roll for the remainder of the game. The bonus gain depends on the number of units they have destroyed over the course of the battle, described below. So if they destroy 1, they get a 4+ ward save. Oh, Jesus. Destroy 2, devastating charge plus, and they stack up, it looks like. And 3 is unbreakable. So, man, Horse use the following. So they have always strikes first release. Looks pretty solid, like a solid unit, but let's see how much they cost, right? They probably have something. I guess maybe they have like a flail or something. We have the Chaos Forsaken next. The Chaos Forsaken are weapon skill 4, strength 4, toughness 4, initiative 4, and then it looks like some kind of random attacks D3. So they have frenzy and immune to psychology, and and they have freakish mutations. So let's see. If a unit of Forsaken are in base contact with 1 or more enemy units at the start of close combat phase, roll d6 below. The effects last until the end of the close combat phase. So here's the 6 different things that could happen. The Forsaken are just, for a 1 is always strikes last, so that's a bad thing. A 2 is they have armor piercing 1, lashing tentacles, get +2 to the initiative. Venomous, so I guess that's poison. Yeah, it is. Healing flesh, they get a 5+ regen, and 6 is they have killing blow. All right, and you have upgrades, of course. So yeah, Forsaken of Khorne have the hatred special rule. If you take that. That's for Forsaken of Khorne. Forsaken of Tzeentch have a ward save, 6+ ward save. Forsaken of Nurgle have fear special rule, and then the Forsaken of Slaanesh have the Swift Stride special rule. So yeah. Next is the Flayerkin. The Flayerkin are right here. Flayerkin is some kind of infantry. Their weapon skill 4, strength 3, toughness 3, 1 attack. They're scouts/skirmishers, and they have human chains. Flayerkin may scale buildings and walls as if they were open terrain. Kind of cool. In addition, they ignore penalties for fighting enemies behind defended obstacles. So, kind of a crazy looking little guy. Chaos Cultists. So the Cultists are ambushers. They're expendable, so they're just going to be some kind of slaves or something. Kind of looks like a cool little ninja / assassin or something there. And they're just very basic. Leadership 6, 3, toughness 3. Nothing special there. Chaos War Shrines next, guys. We got a Chaos War Shrine, which is movement 6. Strength 5, toughness, just toughness 5 wounds. Has strength 4 on the guy on top, 2 attacks. Shrine Bearers, also strength 4. I guess they have random attacks too. Also, there's D6 +2 attacks. Not terrible. Has a 5+ ward save. I wonder how much this thing is, though. All right, so let's see what it does as well. What kind of stuff buffs it gives. So we have the Giver of Glory. If a friendly model or unit is within 12 inches of the Chaos War Shrine, when they roll on the eye of the God's table, you may add an additional D6 and discard a single die of your choosing. Pretty cool. That's a good one. It's going to help you not get that 1 or 2, whatever it was. Favor of Ruinous Power. Innate bounce spell, power level 3. It's an augment spell, 18-inch range. However, the worship. Okay. It has a series of bounce spells, guys. They're all bounce spells. Okay, they have 18-inch range. Okay, so the first one is Favor of Chaos. Until the start of the next magic phase, they can reroll hits to wounds of a 1. All right, 2 hit and 2 wound rolls of 1. Sorry, that's what I meant. Favor of Khorne, War Shrine, and War Shrine with the Mark of Khorne only. Until the start of the magic phase, the target can re-roll all failed to hit rolls. Pretty cool. That's a little bit better. Favor of Nurgle. War Shrine with the Mark of Nurgle only. Until the start of your next magic phase, the target unit can re-roll all failed rolls to wound. Pretty cool. Or to wound rolls, whatever. Favor of Tzeentch. A War Shrine of Mark of Tzeentch only. Until the start of your magic phase. Next magic phase, the target unit gains a 6+ ward save and may reroll once when taking ward save. Kind of nice. Not as good as the other one though. Then this one's probably going to be the best one. Favor of Slaanesh. War Shrine, Mark of Slaanesh only. To the next magic phase. Immunity to psychology. Units with Slaanesh, Mark of Slaanesh become unbreakable and rerolls They'll charge and pursue distances. So pretty solid there. The Slaanesh one. It's probably the best one out of that. I don't know. It's pretty solid, but it just depends what you have, I guess. Yeah, if you get re-rolled to wound or something, then you'll be re-rolling ones and stuff like that, or whatever. It seems like Chaos is just these warriors are just gonna be very high strength anyway, so they're gonna be wounding a lot of stuff on either twos or threes. It's just brutal. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. You can let me know which one y'all think is the best. I'm gonna say just off right away, I'd say all failed to hit rolls, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe all failed to rule. No, I don't know. Maybe this one's better. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm gonna say all failed to hit rolls. And that's probably my favorite one. So basically, you're gonna have hatred every round. All right, Chaos Warhounds. All right, we got movement 7, weapon skill 4. Not bad. Strength 3, toughness 3, 1 attack. This is gonna be your chaff. Skin wolves are next. All right, sounds like a band or something. It's gonna be weapon skill 5, strength 4, toughness 4, 3 attacks, 3 wounds. Okay, so it's like a little, basically an ogre. Yeah, frenzy. So basically 4 attacks each. Regen 5. This is like a troll almost. So yeah, I'm gonna say. Oh my god, that is creepy as hell. That thing is really really creepy. Right. So we have the Mark of Khorne. So these are the upgrades to it. Mark of Khorne units models gain the strength bonus 1 when charging. So they're gonna be strength 5 when charging. Mark of Tzeentch, they have a regeneration of 4+. That's pretty solid. Both of those are great. Mark of Nurgle, we get poison attacks. That's pretty awesome, but I think I'd take the strength better to get to reduce the armor save. The unit may get always strikes first, so that's pretty solid. I mean, even though they're initiative 5, that's pretty solid. Depends what you're going against. You're going against like elves or something like that, or maybe something else with high initiative. Then you might want to take that. Otherwise, I'll just take the strength one or the regen. Man, the regen is pretty solid. I may take the regen just to make sure they don't get shot the hell up. Yeah. It's between these two, Mark of Khorne and Mark of Tzeentch on those two. Maybe I'll take the strength just to make him even scarier. Strength 6 on a charge. That's just scary as hell. Chaos Spawn, here's the thing that your champion will turn into. And you can't even tell what this thing's just a blob of goo. So the spawn, did I miss something here? Maybe, I guess not. It's just a gross little piece of crap. It's a monstrous beast. It has random attacks, d6 plus 1, random movement, 2d6, and it's unbreakable. The giant Chaos Spawn is weapon skill 4. Oh, a little bit better at hitting. Strength 5, toughness 6. Has 2d6 random attacks, 3d6 movement, unbreakable. So, depending on how much that costs, it might be something. It might be a pain in the ass for the enemy to deal with. First thing we got here is a Spawn of Nurgle, which basically gets poisoned attacks. Spawn of Slaanesh rolls an additional d6 for the random movement. So that's pretty solid right there. That's really solid, actually. Spawn of Khorne has +1 strength. Of course, it's really hard for me to not like +1 strength. So, but actually, in this case, I think I like the +1 d6. Just makes it a little bit scarier. And then the Spawn of Tzeentch has a strength 3 breath weapon, flaming attack special. I think I will take the extra die. Yeah, I'll take the extra die and have it just move up. And have it be something that they have to deal with and not have them shoot up all your knights and stuff or whatever else you have, right? Next we got sorry about that. Chaos Trolls. It just got so much stuff. So Chaos Trolls, movement 6, weapon skill 3, kind of a low weapon skill, but still. Strength 5, toughness 4, 3 wounds, 3 attacks. Has a natural armor 6+, and a regen of 4+, and stupidity. So that stupidity is gonna be brutal. Leadership 6. Yeah, that's rough. I mean, you just got to be really careful about where you put this damn thing. Troll Vomit. Instead of attacking normally, the whole unit can choose to vomit on the enemy. Each model inflicts one automatic strength 5 hit, which ignores armor save. This is absolutely brutal. I mean, that's absolutely brutal because, first of all, so think about it. It's automatic hit, and it's in like, if you're facing like regular infantry, it's going to be an automatic wound, almost an automatic wound when you're wounding a 2+. So that is really rough. I mean, yeah, you could say, "Oh, I want to take my 3 attacks or whatever. I might get 2 or 3 attacks." But let's say that you're going against knights or something like that. They're going to get their armor save, and more often than not, I think this is going to be a better choice. So it just depends what you're going to. You're going to get something with a high armor save. You definitely want to get an automatic hit and almost an automatic wound with this strength 5. So pretty solid. Chaos, except that they're stupid. That's the downside. And keep your Lord close with them or whatever, BSB maybe. Chaos Ogres, or maybe you have something else that also gives them a +1 to their leadership. Chaos Ogres. Okay, so these are movement 6, weapon skill 3, 3/4 toughness 4, 3 attacks, just like a basic ogre looks like, and they have an ogre charge as well, and the rank bonuses help out. So nothing different there, they just look like ogres. Dragon Ogres, I guess these are the ones from like the Beastman's book. Dragon Ogre has movement 7, weapon skill 4. These things are crazy looking, by the way. So just like a centaur, but it's a ogre/dragon. Weapon skill 4, strength 5, toughness 5, 4 wounds, 3 attacks, leadership 8. They have immunity to lightning attacks. I guess that would be like against Skaven or something. And their natural armor is 5+. They have a 5+ save. Not great on the saves. It looks like they're just going to get shot the hell up, but something to deal with. Dragon Ogre Shagas is going to be the big boys. So they're going to have movement 7, weapon skill 6, strength 6, toughness 6, wound 6, 5 attacks, leadership 9, 5+ save, and they have immunity to lightning attacks. So I guess they're kind of like Thor or something. Okay, we have the Giant Spine Chaos Beast. This is a monster. Has Frenzy, so it really has 6 attacks, strength 6, toughness 5, 5 wounds, movement 7, and it's going to have Stomp as well, /Thunder, formerly Thunder Stomp. It's a little bit better because this thing has impact hits of D6 and has Stomp, so that's going to be kind of rough against people. They have a draw in this thing. Oh my god, is that it? Looks like a Squig Hopper, or a Mango Squig. And it has a region of 5+, which is solid. So look at this. It has a Beast of Khorne upgrade with +1 strength, so strength 7. I mean, how do you beat that? 6+ ward save, I'll take the strength over that. Poison attacks, I'll take the strength over that. Beast of Slaanesh, +2 initiative, I'll take this. Ooh. I don't know. I might take that. Depends what you're fighting. I might take either that or that, but it's really hard for anything to beat out +1 strength, because it's gonna be strength 7, negating almost negating the save completely. And man, that thing is creepy looking. Chaos Giants. Okay, here we go. I read this before, guys, and these guys are basically like normal giants. Movement 6, strength 6, toughness 6, 6 wounds. Except I think they went up in the wounds, because I think they used to be 5 wounds, if I remember correctly. They got these crazy ass attacks, guys. They have immunity to psychology, and they're stubborn, and leadership 10. So that's gonna be hard to kill one of these puppies. That's just crazy, because it means that they're just gonna be a tar pit. I wonder how much they cost though. So of course, like regular giants, they can fall down. I'm not going to go over every single thing, because if you've seen giants before, or should I? Maybe I should. They have random attacks, basically, guys. They have random attacks, and they fall down. So that's what giants do. They're not any different from regular giants. So you do a couple different attacks. Here, I'll try to go through it as fast as I can, because there's a couple of rules here. Against man-sized things, you get these 4 different attacks. Against bigger things, you have 3 different attacks. So if you look here, swinging the club, 2d6. Giants uses random attacks, 2d6. They basically just get 2d6 attacks. That's strength 6, toughness 6. Yellow ball. The giant. There's no fights that happen. The giant just wins the combat by 2, and it doesn't work against animated constructs. So if you have a unit that's stubborn as well, it's going to be a pillow fight. Nothing happens, right? Up with a club, giant brings down club. So basically your enemy takes an initiative test. If they fail it, they take 2d3 wounds and no armor saves. If a double is rolled, the giant club embeds itself in the ground. It cannot attack at all. So I don't know about these giants. They just seem so random. I mean, I know they can be. You know what? I think this is more like a fun thing. I could be wrong. Maybe they're just worth it. Period. But it seems like there's a lot too much randomness when it comes to giants. Giant headbutts a single enemy model, suffering D3 wounds and ignores armor saves. If the victim is wounded but not slain, then it stays and loses all of its following attacks. So that's pretty solid. The target is not yet attacking the combat. It loses those attacks. It has already attacked, then it loses next round attack. So this is actually really bad. This is actually really bad for the enemy. Jump up and down. The giant jumps up and down vigorously before it starts. The giant must determine if it falls over. So you have to roll a fall chart in the next thing. If giant remains on his non-too nimble feet, it will inflict 2 stomp attacks. So that is absolutely brutal. And just, yeah, that's terrible. So basically 2 stomps. So 2d6 attacks. I guess not terrible. It's going to be like this one up here. So yeah, I guess that's about the same. What else? Except that you might fall down. So I don't know if that's actually better, unless I'm missing something there. So we have pickup and whatever the hell. So you have to roll the dice, see what they do. They can stuff them into a bag. This is kind of a funny, guys. Yeah, I ended up reading all this stuff anyway, so or at least reading most of it. Giant puts his victim into a bag. The model is removed. Is effectively removed as a casualty and can do nothing while it's in the bag. But if the giant should be slave, an enemy trapped in the bag are freed at the end of the battle and no longer count as casualty. So basically, a 1. I'm guessing this is the best result because your guy can actually come out of it. They just have to kill the giant, right? So yeah. Next thing is throwback in the combat. It's the victim is hurled like a missile, suffers D3 hits, strength 6, no armor saves allowed, and D6 strength 3 hits are allocated to the unit. Man, it just yawned there. Hurl. The victim is hurled into an enemy unit within 12 inches of the giant, randomly determined which. The victim is removed as a casualty, and the unit takes D6 strength 3 hits. Unsaved wounds from these hits count towards the combat res. If no enemies are in range, treat this as throw back into combat result instead. So, all right, squash doesn't really bear much thinking about. The models removed, so this is the worst one. That's really bad. Eat, removed as a casualty, also bad. Pick another. Oh nope, this is the worst one. So basically, you eat that one, and then they try to get the next one. Yeah, so it'll just pick up another one. So yeah, giant can be kind of fun though. It seems like. All right, it has a couple of upgrades. We have the Giant of Khorne, which is +1 strength. We have the Giant of Tzeentch, which is 6+ sword save. Giant of Nurgle, +1 toughness. Giant of Slaanesh has +1 initiative, and then the Unbreakable special rule. I think I might take that. I would take the initiative and the Unbreakable because they're already strength 6. If you're going against infantry, you're already going to be wounding a lot of stuff on 2. So I'll definitely take the initiative so you can also attack first. Okay, so we have the Mammoth, and I remember this, guys. This is basically like a little big old steam tank or something. So the Mammoth is a big old elephant, strength 7, toughness 6, 10 wounds. I mean, it seems like Chaos is just getting all kinds of fun toys here. Marauder Cruise, whatever, has immunity to psychology, D6 +1 impact hits, large target 10, whatever that means again. Natural armor 5+. So the Chaos War Mammoth, you roll stuff here. It's kind of like the Giant. You have Trample, Stomp, Bellow, Pickup, and blah. We have Butt, Gore, Bellow. So let's look at that right there. So the Mammoth Trample is it crushes the enemy, splitting its victims like an overripe foot beneath its feet. Single enemy unit in base contact suffers D3 strength 7 hits for each rank of 5 or more models it has. So that could be up to like 4 D3 strength 7 hits. God. Oh, man. So that could be really brutal because it has Thunderstomp on top of that. So next thing is Bellow. The Mammoth trumpets roars and with deafening force. Nobody fights. The Mammoth automatic wins combat by 3 points or more. Has no effect against animated constructs. So if you're stubborn or steadfast or whatever, this is going to be nothing. But the Mammoth charges, ramming into the victim with a massive hit. The Mammoth inflicts 1 automatic hit against 1 model in base contact, your choice. Best contact, your choice, causing D3 strength 7 hits, multiple wounds D3. So pretty brutal. Gore, the Mammoth inflicts 3d6 hits with his stomp attack this turn. Gore, they'll stomp. Gore, the Mammoth gouges at the enemy with its massive tusk. The Mammoth makes d6 attacks against a chosen unit in close combat with the heroic killing blow special rule. That is brutal. Pick up and blank. The Mammoth uses that trunk. You have to roll a d6 to see what it does. Thrown back into combat. So basically, thrown back d6 or d3 strength 6 hits. No armor saves. Kind of like with the Giant. And d6, but d6 strength 3 hits on the unit. Okay. Hurl. The victim is hurled into an enemy unit within 12 inches. Randomly determine the unit. Blah blah. D6 strength 3 hits. Unsaved wound from these hits counted towards the combat res. So similar to the Giant. The Mammoth eats the guy, and it can recover a wound if it lost one. With it having 10 wound, that's actually pretty big right there because, geez, it's going to be so hard to get rid of this thing. The Mammoth Drunk Constricts is for number 6 and crushes their bones to splinters. Models removes the casualty, and then it picks up another victim. So that's kind of the same as the Giant. All right, so we have Slaughter Brutes next, which are going to be movement 6, weapon skill 3, strength 7, of course. Toughness 5, 5 attacks, 6 wounds. This is just another monster with strength 7. Jeez. Natural armor of 4. What does this thing look like? Oh yeah, of course. It looks like I don't know, the devil's pet. Runes of binding here. At the beginning of the game, you must nominate a single friendly lord or hero and make it sure your opponent is aware which model you have nominated. This is the Slaughter Brute's Master. If you have more than one Slaughter Brute, you must nominate a different lord or hero for each Slaughter Brute. If you do not have enough lords or heroes for all your Slaughter Brutes to remain in the game, the remainder of the game start the game unbound. See unbound below. Whilst the Slaughter Brute's Master is alive, the Slaughter Brute uses the model's current weapon skill and leadership instead of its own, which is pretty awesome. Because of course it's going to be higher. Unbound, we have at the beginning of the movement phase, the Slaughter Brute's Master has been slain. It is unbound. An unbound Slaughter Brute has a random movement 2d6 and frenzy special rules. So you're talking about 6 attacks now. And low leadership. So even if beaten in close combat, it will keep its frenzy. It cannot choose which direction to travel. Instead, roll a scatter die. If an unbound moves into contact with a board edge, it stops 1 inch away. So I guess, I wonder, does it say that here that you can attack your own people? I don't know. Unlike other random movement, an unbound Slaughter Brute can move into basic contact with a friendly unit, in which case it will come to a stop and immediately inflict d6 plus 2 strength 7 hits on the unit. Okay, but there's my answer. If it comes to basic contact with more than one unit, you must choose which one it inflicts its hits on. So it won't be multiple d6 plus 2 strength 7 hits. After resolving the hits, the Slaughter Brute directly moves backwards 1 inch, so it's no longer in close combat with them. All right, so you have one upgrade, which is the Slaughter Brute. With this upgrade, gains plus 2 attacks with strength 5. So plus 2 attacks, so we have 8 attacks, except 2 of them would be strength 5 instead of 7. We have Mutations Vortex Beast. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Thing's ugly looking. All right, so this thing is some kind of monster. It has movement 6, strength 5, toughness 5, 6 wounds, 3 initiative, random attacks, which is d6 plus 2. It has a regen of 5 and a natural armor of 4. So it has regen and a natural armor. So that's kind of cool. It has an innate bounce spell, which is a direct damage thing of 18-inch range. Roll a d6. Here we go. The target must take a d6 toughness test and gains the fear special roll for the rest of the game. Okay. Troll Brains takes a toughness test, gains stupidity for the rest of the game. So this is not good. Wait. So okay. I'm stupid. So I guess this is the bad one because it helps them. It gives them fear. The second one gives them stupidity, so I guess it's not as good. We have Gift of Mutations. The target must take d6 toughness test as resolving test. One of the unit's characteristics, roll d6. Weapon skill, ballistic skill, blah, 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 is increased by 1. And one of their characteristics, roll d6, is decreased by 1. So one of them helps and one of them doesn't? That's kind of weird. So one of them goes down, the other one goes up. I don't know. I don't know why you would do that. Okay. The Tide of Transformation, the target must take a toughness test. Once that is resolved, on a 3 or more, choose another enemy within 3 inches of the initial target. It must take a d6 a toughness test. Keep rolling for further victims until the roll is less than 3. A unit can only be the target of the transformation person. Does this just kill them? I don't understand. So the target must take a d6 toughness test. Once the tests have been resolved. So are these just all the so you just taking all these tests? Let me see what I'm missing here. Okay, maybe roll a d6, consult they have to take time must take, and if any long-lasting mutation occurred. For each toughness test failed, the target okay, here we go. The target suffers a single wound with no armor saves. Okay, so they take toughness test and they suffer armor save, a wound with no armor save. Okay, I was wondering. So you just keep taking them. So if you keep failing, you keep dying. Okay, Maelstrom of Change. Place a small round template over the target and scatter a d6. If a hit is rolled, the template does not scatter. Every model underneath the template must take a toughness test. So that's terrible. That's terrible. Spawn change. Every model in the unit must take a toughness test. If the target suffers 1 or more wounds, you can immediately place a new chaos spawn anywhere within 6 inches of that target unit and 1 inch away from blah, blah, blah. If the target suffered no unsaved wound, if you do not have a spare chaos model, or it cannot be placed, then no chaos spawn is created. So I'm glad I somewhat understood that one. Okay, we got the Hell Cannon next. The Hell Cannon has some chaos dwarves on it. Strength 5, toughness 6, weapon skill 4, 5 attacks, leadership 4, natural armor 4+, mixed unit, demonic. It's a monster. It counts as a monster. The beginning of the turn. So does that mean it has stomp as well? Anyways, guys. So I don't know. Maybe it does have stomp. So let's look at the first thing here, guys. All right, we have Cage Fury, the Hell Cannon. At the beginning of your turn, the Hell Cannon is not in combat. When you take a leadership test. If the test is failed, pivot the Hell Cannon to face the closest enemy unit. It is then subject to random movement, 3d6. I wonder if it gets impact hits. I didn't see anything like that. If the Hell Cannon would get destroyed as a result of being I cannot talk. As a result of being unstable, treated as rolling a 1 on the table below. Yeah. The Hell Cannon. What does that mean? Sorry, maybe I missed something there. If it isn't, you get destroyed as a result of being unstable. Treat it as a 1. Okay, so you roll. Okay, so if you roll instability because of demonic, you roll on the table below. So okay, sorry, I misunderstood that. We have Cage Fury at the beginning of your turn. The Hell Cannon is not in combat. Take it. We already saw that. We have Spew Ichor. Sorry, the Hell Cannon has a strength 5 breath weapon. Any unit that suffers 1 or more casualties the Spew Ichor must take a panic test with -1 to their leadership. It's pretty good. We have Doomfire, which is like a stone thrower, has 12 to 60 inch range, strength 5 on the outside of the large template, strength 10 underneath. Mover Fire, it has slow to fire as well. I cannot remember. I think slow to fire just means that you can't stand and shoot, but let's look it up anyways because whatever. Yeah, can't stand and shoot. We also have multiple wounds d6, so that's for the whatever's in the middle. In the eye of the large template. All right. Any unit that suffers. Okay, we already saw that. Any unit that suffers more casualties from the Doomfire must take a penalty. Okay, so if you get hit by this stone thrower as well, you also take a panic test at -1 to your leadership. So here's if you roll a 1 when you do your instability. So this is kind of interesting. It's got random stuff, I guess. So free at last, every unit within 6 inches takes d6 strength 5 hits. Then remove the Hell Cannon and its crew from play. Yikes. Schlurp, remove the crew from play. Does all wizards within 24 inches must make a leadership test or suffer a miscast? Any spells lost are determined randomly. So this thing does a whole world of hurt. Gur is remove D3's crew. Blood is the move the Hell Cannon 3d6 directly forwards if it was subject to a random movement special rule, and it is complete, and it was a compulsory movement phase. Okay, and then we have Boom. Hell Cannon fires a devastating blast of resolve Doomfire shot if the hit was a direct hit, doubling the strength of any hit. So you're going to have strength 20 in the eye and then strength 10 on everything. The Hell Cannon cannot fire for the rest of the game. So, all right, so that is really good. Oh my God, you could take out so much with that. So, I don't know. It seems like some total randomness there. All right, we have the Chimera, whatever, however you say this. It's a monster. Has a fly 8. Strength weapon skill 4, strength 5, toughness 5, 5 wounds, 6 attacks, leadership 5. You can add these upgrades: flaming breath weapon, strength 4, flaming attacks, 4+ regen. I like that. Chimera gets poison attacks. I don't understand this poison attack stuff. It's just dumb. I mean, I guess it might be okay in certain situations, but I'd rather have another attack, get another tail attack. Natural armor 4+. I'd rather take this or the attack roll. I'd rather just get the breath weapon isn't bad either, but I'll rate them like this. Number 1 is the regen. Number 2 is the natural armor. Number 3 is the +1 attack. Maybe number 1, the regen, then the attack, then natural armor, then the flaming breath, then the poison attack. I just want to see it just seems kind of silly. Yeah, everything has upgrades. Look at this. We have a mana core here. It's a monster. Movement 6, weapon skill 5, strength 5, toughness 5, 4 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership. Has frenzy, so actually 5 attacks. It has killing blow as well, so that's interesting. Manicore has an armor piercing roll, -1. Okay, so that's for the Rending Fangs. We have Blood Rage, gets the hatred. I like that. Yeah, I like that one. Manicore gets 4+ armor. Now these are good upgrades so far. The last one, poison attacks. Okay, yeah, any of these 3 will do better. I think. I'll probably take maybe the armor piercing one just to get a little bit less of a save when he attacks. Okay. Next thing we have is Chaos Dragon. Chaos Dragon is weapon skill 6. Strength 7, toughness 6, 6 attacks, 6 wounds, leadership 8, flies, 3+ armor save. Has strength 4 breath weapon, flaming attack. Has fumes of contagion. Has a strength 2 breath weapon, no armor saves allowed against that. Pretty cool. Chaos Mount, these are just regular steeds. Monstrous Beast, strength 5, toughness 4, 2 attacks, 3 wounds. That's just crazy right there. Oh wait, that's for the That's for demonic mount. Sorry. Then you have the Chaos T, which is strength 4, toughness 3, which is still pretty solid. Strength 4. We have the Juggernauts, which are even better, I think, because their movement 7. Maybe not better. Toughness 4. What's better between these two? Oh, lower leadership. So actually, the demonic mounts seem to be a little bit better. Except maybe these. I think you get a. Oh yeah, you get a 6+ armor save. That's what it is with the Juggernauts, because I think they have like robot flesh or something. Steeds of Slaanesh are movement 10. That's just solid. I mean, you can move 20. That's crazy. They're demonic. They have Demon of Slaanesh, but I can't remember what that is. They're fast cavalry and poison attacks. That's pretty solid. Disc of Tzeentch is basically it's a war beast, strength 4, toughness 4 to attack, leadership 7, and you can fly, and it's a whatever. It's demonic. We have the Palanquins of Nurgle, which is movement 4, 8 attacks. What the hell? What the hell is this thing? I guess it's something that so it's one of those things kind of like the Slam where they're carried around, that kind of thing. Imagine having you have to carry somebody around and you have to fight. But 8 attacks. Okay, let's get to the lords here, guys. Sorry, I had to take a drink real quick. We have Archaon, the Ever Chosen, the Lord of the End Time, the Destroyer of Worlds, or whatever, the Destroyer of Empires. I think they call him in Age of Sigmar, but it's not the same here. Lord of the End Times, Three-Eyed King, the Anointed, Favorite Son of Chaos, Scourge of the World. Okay, Archaon's crazy. I saw him before. He's just insane. So Archaon is movement 4, weapon skill 9, strength 5, toughness 5, 4 wounds, initiative 7, 5 attacks, leadership 10. He's a level 2 wizard, the Lord of Tzeentch, Eye of the Gods, special rule, Chosen of the Gods. What does that do? He has all marks of chaos for the purpose of using his inspired presence. Does not prevent him from joining any unit that has a mark of chaos, nor does it prevent any other character that has a mark of chaos from joining Archaon's unit. As chosen of the gods, Archaon has the following bonuses: immunity to psychology, immunity to poison attacks, magic resistance to. He may reroll channeling dice rolls of a 1. He reroll the Eye of the Gods rolls of a 2 or a 12. So why would you reroll a 12? I don't know. I don't get that. Well, I guess you want to stay Archaon. Never mind. I'm stupid. If you take Lord of the Empire, if you take the Archaon, he must be your armor general. His inspiring presence is 18 inches instead of 12. Any battle stand better in any BSB in the army is not allowed to have the mark of chaos. Okay. Swords of Chaos. If your army includes him, 1 unit of Vanguard may be upgraded to the Swords of Chaos for plus 3 points per model. It has hatred, immunity to psychology. Magical items. He has the Slayer of Kings. Ignores armor saves. In addition, Archaon may unleash the power of Utsul in close combat. If he does, he fights with double the normal amount of attacks, so he'll get 10 attacks at the most. Any rolls to hit of a 1 will either strike himself or a friendly model on base contact. Controlling player's choice. I think you would want to hit someone else. Archaon may not reroll the two hit results of a 1 when unleashing Utsul. Once he's unleashed, he must use a special ability in every close combat subsequently for the rest of the battle. Okay, Armor of Morkar. The magic armor is a full plate armor, so that's a 3+ armor save. The armor of Morkar gives Archaon additional +1, so it's a 2+ armor save. No attack against Archaon may ever have a better chance to wound than a 3+, regardless of special rules. So wow, you'll never be able to wound him on the 2+. The Eye of Shirian is a talisman. Gives him a 3+ ward save. Oh, is that all? Awesome. Jeez. The Crown of Domination. Gives him terror. Any friendly unit with 12 inches may reroll break test. So pretty awesome. Dorgar is, I think it's his steed. Yeah, his steed. Dorgar is movement 8. Strength 5, toughness 5, weapon skill 4, 3 wounds, 3 attacks, leadership 9. It's a monstrous beast. It's demonic and a strider. Okay, next guy we have is Vardic Crumb. Vardic Crumb is some kind of infantry character. The Conqueror, the Herald of Archaon, the Harbinger of End Time. So he's Archaon, the bitch boy, or right hand man. So first things first, Vardic is weapon skill 9, strength 5, toughness 5, 3 wounds, 5 attacks, leadership 9. He's infantry. He's got Eye of the Gods, Will of the Chaos. He has Master of Chaos Undivided. If he's your armory general, the restrictions on upgrading Chaos Marauders or Marauder Horsemen or Elite Marauders is lifted. So I guess there's some kind of restriction on how many you can take. However, they cannot be given any mark of chaos. So you can take a bunch of them, but you can't give them any mark, which I don't know if that's really going to help. While fighting a challenge, Crumb can reroll to hit and to wound rolls. Pretty good. The way of the warrior, Khorne can choose to swap between fighting with a hand weapon and shield or two hand weapons at the start of each close combat. Cool. If Khorne uses a hand weapon and shield, his parry save increases to a 4+. So basically, he gains a 4+ armor save, which is why wouldn't you do that? Oh god! But if he has two hand weapons, then it's +3 attacks. Okay, so I can see why. Next thing we have is Cordell Shorgar. Be a standard bearer of the Swords of Chaos. Okay, so weapon skill 7, strength 5, toughness 4, 2 wounds, 4 attacks, 8 leadership. Banner of the Gods. It's a magic standard. Let's see how good this is. This is the Army's battle standard. The bearer of the banner of the Gods causes terror, and any unit joined by him has unbreakable. Pretty solid. Pretty damn solid. Valkia the Bloody, bringer of glory, the Gore Queen, the sword maiden of the Blood God. It's kind of a cheesy drawing, though. I say that, but I can't draw for shit. Okay, so let's see what she's got. She is an infantry character. She has weapon skill 9. Is that all? Strength 5, toughness 5, 5 attacks, 3 wounds, leadership 9. She flies, which is pretty good. Mark of Khorne, which, if I remember correctly, is frenzy. So she actually has 6 attacks, but she's frenzy, leadership 9. 5+ ward save, Will of Chaos. Consort of the Blood God. If Valkia the Bloody is required to roll on the Eye of the Gods table, do not roll any dice. Instead, she's always counted as having rolled the Slaughterer's Strength reward. So I guess is that the one where she just gets +1 strength. So she'll actually be at strength 6. We're on page 225. It was 1. Here, let's look at this, guys. Let's see. It has to be the strength of Slaughterer's Strength. Yeah, +1 strength. Okay. And I'm looking at... Oh, I just did that wrong. Did I go to the right place? I did. Okay, so she's actually strength 6 with 6 attacks, and she gets to pick. What else? No, strength 6 with 6 attacks. That's what it is. No, strength 5 with 6 attacks. Strength 6 if she rolls on the Eye of the Gods. That's what it is. It's pretty solid, guys. She has a Gaze of Khorne. All friendly units with a mark of Khorne within 12 inches of Valkia maybe roll break test. However, any friendly unit with the mark of Khorne that flees within 12 inches of Valkia the Bloody, for whatever reason, they immediately suffer D6 strength 6 hits. That's not good. Gotta keep that in mind. She has the Spear of Sleipnir. The spear, close combat attacks made by the spear have armor piercing special roll. In addition, the turn which she charges, she gets +1 strength, so strength 6, and the killing blow. She's a scary chick. We have Daemon Shield. She has a shield whilst an enemy model is in base contact with Valkia the Bloody, they reduce their attacks by 1 to a minimum of 1. The Scarlet Armor, full plate armor, so that's a 3+ armor save. Whilst an enemy is in base contact with Valkia the Bloody, they reduce their strength by 1 to a minimum of 1. So pretty bad. We have Village the Curseling, the Twisted Kin, Doom Kindred, Master of Misrule. Some kind of wizard. That's a cool picture. Or a cool drawing. Infantry, he has weapon skill 5, strength 5, toughness 4. Oh, is that all? 3 wounds, 3 attacks, leadership 8. He's level 4 wizard, uses the Lore of Tzeentch. Eye of the Gods, Lore Master, so I guess they know all the spells there. Mark of Tzeentch. Mark of Tzeentch was I believe the 6+ ward save and the magic resistance was the hatred. Conjoined Homunculus, that's his mutation and powers, whatever that means. He has an arcane item, which is the Vessel of Chaos. When an enemy wizard fails to meet the casting value of the spell, power dice used for the attempt are converted to bonus dispel dice that Village the Cursor may utilize later that phase. So, if a wizard fails to cast, those dice turn into his dispel dice. The dispel dice used for that attempt are immediately converted to bonus power dice for Village may utilize later on that phase. Wait, hold on, let me try that. Conversely, should the enemy fail to make a dispel attempt, the dispel dice can be used for power dice. So that's kind of cool. That's pretty cool. So you better not fail or cast or dispel against this guy. Notice that the bonus dice cannot take your total above the maximum. Okay, so all right, pretty cool little roll. All right, kind of easy to kill, it seems though. Only has a 6+ ward save. Sigvald the Magnificent, Scion of Slaanesh, the Guild Prince, the Lord of the Decadent Host. That's a cool drawing. All right, so Prince Sigvald is weapon skill 8, strength 5, toughness 5, 5 attacks, 3 wounds, leadership 10, high leadership. I remember this guy. This guy thinks he's like a god or God's gift to women. I have the God's Mark of Slaanesh, so that's 6+ word save and magic resistance and whatever else that was. Hatred. He has stupidity though. He also has Strider. Interesting. Favorite son: if Sigvald is required to roll on the Eye of the God's table, do not roll any dice. Instead, he is always counted as having the Dark Fury reward. Which what the hell is that one? See, we're on page 228. Let's double check. Let's see. I forget what page we're on. 6. What did I say right now? 228. I think I did 228, guys. Oh. I keep forgetting what page this thing is on. Here we go. Eye of the Gods, the Dark Fury. Which one is this? This is the +1 attack. So pretty solid. Okay. Supreme Vanity. Sigvald the Magnificent may reroll, may never reroll a failed stupidity test, nor use another model's leadership. I mean, he's leadership 10 when taking the stupidity test. He's far too self-absorbed to take notice of anyone other than his own handsome reflection. The above also applies to any unit Sigvald is currently joined to. Okay, so Sigvald is stupid, but he's stupid leadership 10. So, Allure of Slaanesh, is that what that is, or something else here? I'm not sure what Allure of Slaanesh is. Maybe I'm missing something here. Okay, so Silver Slaanesh grants Sigvald +2 attacks and always strikes first special roll. That's really good. I mean, 7 attacks and always strikes first. Come on. Always strikes first in general is really, really bad. Or really bad in a good way. He has the Auric armor, heavy armor, +2 to his armor save and regeneration. So it's basically a 4+ ward save, and he has a 4+ armor save, right? So, or 3+ armor save, 4+ regeneration save. It's pretty solid. This guy's got to be a little bit expensive. Mirror shield, magic armor, shield. Enemies in base contact with Sigvald suffer -1 to hit close combat. That's pretty solid. Solid character. Festus, the Leech Lord, the Old Sawbones, the Dark Apothecary, the Fecundite. And it looks like a Slaughtermaster or something. Or let's see what he's got. Infantry, special character, weapon skill 4, strength 4, toughness 5, 2 wounds, 2 attacks, leadership 8. He's a level 2. Uses Lore of Nurgle, Eye of the Gods, Mark of Nurgle, of course, included in his profile, so you don't have to, do anything for that. He has poison attacks, regeneration, will of chaos, so 4+ regen. What else is he at? Is there something I'm missing here? Okay, so here's his stuff. He has the Harbinger Pestilence. All models have poison attacks when he's in their unit. Heathen Elixir, 6+ regen. All models have 6+ regen. Pretty cool. Dark Experiments. When making a pursuit move, Festus and units will only pursue 1d6 as they become to bind their captives. However, enemy units caught by Festus or his unit are worth double victory points. Yikes. Yeah, don't get caught. Magic items, Pestilence potions. At the beginning of each close combat phase, Festus may drink his potions, in which case he will immediately regain 1 single lost wound or try to force him down a throw of a single enemy model in base contact. If he attempts the latter, both players roll a d6 and add their model's unmodified strength to the result. If your opponent's strength is higher, nothing happens. If Festus' total is higher, his victim immediately suffers d3 wounds with no armor saves. Any unsummoned wounds inflicted by the pestilent potions count towards raw combat res. Pretty brutal. Skyla the Affin Grim. This is a blood beast, the Scourgeborn, the Talon of Khorne. Oh shit. Like Hellboy here. So it's a monstrous beast. Weapon skill 4, movement 6, strength 5, toughness 5, 3 initiative, 4 wounds, leadership 10, random attacks. It's gonna be d6 + 2, unbreakable. That's pretty awesome. 5+ armor, Mark of Khorne, which is frenzy. So actually d6 + 2 + 1 with the frenzy, and has hatred. So just some solid stuff here all around. I mean, that's a tough little dude. All right, so this dude has the brass collar of Khorne, bestows Skyla Affengrim with the 6+ ward save and magic resistance 3. So not bad, but not much of a save. But still, unbreakable. Kind of a tough guy. Wolfric the Wanderer, Word Walker, the Eternal Challenger, the Inescapable One. Okay. It looks kind of like Gotrek. It's infantry, weapon skill 8, strength 5, toughness 4, 2 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership 8. Gift of the tongue. When Wolfram issues a challenge, the opponent cannot choose to refuse it. Furthermore, he nominates which enemy character will accept the challenge, so it's pretty solid. Hunter of the Champions. Although he's not, I mean, he's got some good stats for a hero, but he's not tough enough to kill any lords, I don't think. Not yet. Not from anything I've seen. As soon as Wolfric the Wanderer is placed on the table, nominate one enemy character in your opponent's army. This is the champion Wolfric has journeyed to challenge. Against the chosen character, Wolfric it always hits and wounds on a 2+ and gets killing blow. So that's pretty solid. Okay, so I take that back. He might be able to do that. Of course, it's kind of chance. It's only, 4 attacks. And it doesn't have hatred. It's going to be tough, but still. I mean, he could do it. Before any units are deployed, Wolfric the Wanderer, so he has Sea Fang. Before any units are deployed, Wolfric the Wanderer and a single unit of Chaos Marauders may choose to use Sea Fang to encircle their foes. If they choose to do so, they have the Ambusher special rule, which when rolling to see if Wolfric and the Chaos Marauders arrive, roll once before Wolfric and the unit. Roll once for Wolfric and the unit. When they arrive, the unit must be deployed with Wolfric joined to it. So pretty cool. He can end up behind your enemy's lines to cause some havoc. So pretty solid. Galrog, the Great Drake, first of the Chaos Dragon. So this is an actual dragon. It's probably like a wizard, I think, if I remember correctly. Maybe not. Oh yeah, he is. A dragon that's a level 4 wizard. Strength, safe, toughness 6. 6 is all around. Weapon skill 6 as well, which is not normal. And 6 initiative. So this is probably the best dragon I've seen. He uses the Lord Tzeentch. He has Fly, Dark Fire of Chaos. Not sure what that is. Mark of Tzeentch, which gives him 6+ ward save, magic resistance and hatred. 3+ armor save, of course. Oh, there's a 6+ ward. Breath of Change. Does that mean it stacks with the Mark of Tzeentch? I don't know, guys. Breath of Change. Breath of Change, the breath weapon. Any models hit must pass a toughness test or be removed from play with no saves of any kind. Why does Chaos? I'm so jealous. I say jealous, but I need to get me a Chaos Army, I guess. Like, they just get so many cool models. I mean, this is no saves of any kind allowed with this breath weapon. That's just brutal. I mean, shoot. At the beginning of each of his turn, Galrog must take a leadership test. If the test is passed, Galrog is controlled of the one, but if the test failed, the ancient spirit of the original dragon surfaces again. Should it occur, Galrog cannot move, cast spells, or use his breath weapon. In close combat phrase, he directs half of his attacks against himself as his 2 heads rip into each other. If Galrog is already engaged in close combat, he can fight with the remaining attacks as normal. The wounds caused by Galrog himself are added to the enemy score when working out combat. So there is the catch right there, is that he can start fucking himself up. I don't know, for as good as he is, it's worth taking him. You could just have him over there, only get into battle if he needs to. Oh, wait, no. I guess so. It's at the start of each of his turns. So you have to do this every turn. So every turn he could fail something. So he's leadership 9, so that's not as likely. So make sure you keep that BSB close. Okay. So we have Kolek. I wonder if that works for Warhammer Army Project's roles though. Can you re-roll that kind of leadership test? Is there any kind of leadership test? I'm guessing so. Y'all let me know in the comments if you know otherwise. Kolek Sun Eater is the bringer of darkness, the Tempest Incarnate, the Mountain God. I love the copy that they use on this. These are just cool. These are just cool ways to describe this guy. Kolek Sun Eater is weapon skill 8, movement 8, strength 7, toughness 6. Looks like some kind of like a Shaggoth, or maybe like a Juggernaut Shaggoth. That thing's crazy looking. It has a 4+ natural army. Lightning. Yeah, it's got to be a Shaggoth because lightning arm thing. Immunity to the lightning attacks. I'm sorry. So it's like the Lord type of character for that. He has 8 wounds and 7 attacks. Oh my god. Strength 7, toughness 6. What is it with these guys? Oh my god. Okay, so Lord of the Storm. During each of Kolek Sun Eater's shooting phases, you may choose a single unengaged unit with a zoom 24 inches and in its front arc and line of sight, and roll a d6. On a roll of 2 to 6, a bolt of lightning hits the unit, inflicting d6 strength 6 hits with the lightning attack special rule. On a roll of 1, the lightning hits Kolek Sun Eater instead. Kolek Sun Eater may use this ability even if he's engaged in close combat. Are you kidding me? Jesus. Star Crusher is his magic item. It's a great weapon. All right. Oh, it's only going to be strength 9. Or strength 9 in the first round, strength 8 in every round after that. What? Are you freaking kidding me? D3 wounds. Oh my god, dude. And okay, his initiative is 1. That's all you got. That's all you got going for you against him. His initiative is 1, and yeah, he's got a great weapon. Great weapons don't automatically hit in the strike last anymore, but his initiative is 1. So, what else we got here? So he has an Armor of the Storm, heavy armor. So that means he gets a heavy armor plus 4+. So is that a 2+ armor save? Is that what it is? If any spell or missile attack with the lightning attack special rules targets unit within 12 inches of Kolick, the spell's effects are redirected towards Kolick instead. Okay, so he'll take the hits. Okay. Throg, King of Trolls, Wintertooth, the Bitter Beast, the Lord of the Monstrous Horde. I think that looks wicked. Alright, so Throg is a monstrous infantry character. Weapon skill 5, strength 6, toughness 5, 4 wounds, 2 initiative, 5 wounds, 5 attacks, 8 leadership. He has a natural armor 6+. He has Copious Vomit, which is a strength 5 weapon which ignores armor saves. Pretty solid. If your army includes Throg, unit of Chaos Trolls count as core choice instead of special. That's pretty awesome. And at least one unit must be included. So you have to take some Chaos Trolls. Of course, they're stupid. That's the only bad thing about those Chaos Trolls, but they're pretty scary. With the spit thing or vomit thing you have. Mutant Regeneration, he has a 4+ regen. In addition, if Throg regenerates 2 or more wounds in the same phase, he rerolls on the Eye of the Gods table at the end of that phase. So that's pretty solid. Magic item, Wintertooth Crown. The Wintertooth Crown gives Throg the Inspiring Presence ability, and it's 18 inches. Oh, it can only be used by war beasts, monsters, infantry, monsters within 18 inches. So, okay, guys, we've come to the lore of Tzeentch. The lore attribute is Boon of Magic. When a spell of the Lord is from the Lord of Tzeentch is successfully cast, make a note of how many power dice were a result of 6. After resolving the spell effects, you immediately add a single power dice to your army pool for each result of 6 that was rolled to cast a spell. Pretty solid. Okay, so we have signature spells here. I guess it's just one. We have Blue Fire of Tzeentch. Cast on a 6+. It's a range of 24 inches, D6 plus 1. With the Flaming Attack special rule. Jesus. String 6, D6 plus 1 hits. That's pretty solid for 6+ to cast, 48 inches, to upgrade it to 48 inches to be a 9+ to cast. Just really, really solid. We have Pandemonium next, which is cast on a 7+. The Hex spell, 24-inch range. Until the start of the next magic phase, the target unit must use the lowest leadership value in the unit. Cannot benefit from Inspiring Presence or Hold Your Ground abilities. The wizard can choose to extend the range of the spell to affect all enemy units within 12 inches. If he does so, the casting value is increased to 14 inches. So that's really solid. You can start getting something off the table there. That's a scary spell. That's a really scary spell. We have the Pink Fire of Tzeentch, cast on an 8+, the direct damage spell. Place the teardrop template with its narrow end touching the front of the wizard's base and the large aim end at the target. Roll 2d6 and move the template directly towards the number of inches indicated. All models underneath the template suffer d6 plus 1 hits with the Flaming Attack special rule. Roll once for the strength and use that value for all the hits. So that could be pretty bad. Yeah, that could be really bad. It's like salamanders. Bolt of Change, cast on an 8+. It's a magic missile, 24-inch range. It inflicts d6 plus 4 with the multiple wounds. D3 ignores the armor save and it has flaming attacks, special rules, and then penetrates ranks in the same manner as a bolt thrower. This is a brutal spell. 8+ to cast. That's just brutal. That's just really, really, really solid. And good range, 24. It's not like 18 or anything like that. Like, sheesh. Glean Magic, 8 cast on 8+, the Hex spell. 18-inch range. Caster and the target both roll d6, add their wizard level to the score. If the target's total is higher than the caster, nothing happens. Otherwise, the target suffers a strength 4 hit with the Flaming Attack special rule, loses 1 wizard level to a maximum of 0, and forgets one randomly determined spell. Cannot be a bound spell. If the caster does not already know the spell, they immediately gain it and cast it just like any other of his spells. When casting a stolen spell, always substitute its lore attribute with the Lord of Tzeentch attribute. I'm going to have to read that one again. Sorry. So, basically, they lose a level, they lose a spell. Both roll d6 if they lose the roll off, right? Strength 4 hit, right? Flaming attack. Lose 1 wizarding level. Lose 1 randomly determined spell. If the caster does not already know the spell, they immediately gain it. Okay, so if your wizard doesn't know that spell, caster, what? The caster does not already know that they immediately gain it and can cast it just like anyone. So you gain that spell. When casting the stolen spell, always substitute its lore attribute with the lore Tzeentch attribute. So you take their lore lore attribute instead of the lore Tzeentch attribute. Very weird spell. That's a very weird at the end. That kind of bugged me out. It's still pretty solid though. You basically hex as a wizard big time and steal a spell. All right, so we have Treason of Tzeentch next. It's going to be a 14 plus to cast. Hex spell with 24-inch range. All models in the unit must make one close combat attack against itself. Roll to hit, to wound, and to save as normal. The caster may choose which one of the unit's weapons is used for the attacks. Though any parry or dodge save does not apply, neither does any special rule that applies in the first round of combat. So no like choppers or anything like that. This spell has no effect on single enemy model units. So you can make them just fight themselves, beat the shit out of themselves. We have Infernal Gateway next. It's 16 plus to cast. It's a direct damage spell with a range of 24 inches. Target suffers 2d6 strength. Oh my god. 2d6 hits with the flaming attack special roll. Roll for the strength first. If an 11 or 12 is rolled when determining the spell's strength value, the hits are resolved at strength 10. And the unit suffers 3d6 hits rather than 2d6. So, oh my god. That's just brutal. That's pretty awesome. It's just a really, really good lore. So next we have Lore of Nurgle, which is we have a lore attribute here. It's bloated with disease. When a spell of the Lord of Nurgle is successfully cast, roll d6 after resolving the spell's effects. On the roll of a 6, the wizard's wounds are increased by 1 for the remainder of the game. That's pretty solid. All right, we have Stream. How many more lores we have? Okay, so just one more after that. Okay, so we have first one, Stream of Corruption. Direct damage spell. The caster makes a breath weapon attack. This may be cast into close combat. All the following normal rules for breath weapons. All models must pass a toughness test or suffer a single wound with no armor save. A wound with no armor save. Miasma of Pestilence. So that's a 5 plus to cast. It's an augment spell, 18-inch range until the next magic phase. All enemy units in base contact with the target reduce their weapon skill and initiative by 1 to a minimum of 1. These can make a more powerful version of it. Cast on a 10 plus to make it D3. That's a tough one right there, guys. Base contact with the target unit. So as long as they're in base contact with the target unit, then you can just reduce their stuff left and right. The weapon skill one is bad. Yeah, they're both bad. So yeah, and only a 5 plus to cast, and then 10 plus for the larger version. That's pretty solid. Blades of Putrefaction, 8 plus to cast. It's a augment spell, 12-inch range. Close combat attack. They get this poison attack special, which is +1 to wound until the start of the next match phase, and then they get regular poison attacks if you do the. If they already have poison attacks, then you get regular poison from 8th edition, which is basically any rolls of a 6 wound when you're rolling to hit. So pretty solid. Crystal Leopard, 10 plus to cast, 18-inch augment spell. Increases the target unit's toughness by D3, maximum of 10 until the start of the next magic phase. If it's cast on an enemy spell, it becomes a hex spell and reduces the toughness of the enemy by D3 until the next magic phase. The wizard can extend this to 36 inches. They do so to 13 plus to cast. Man. Not bad at all. Rancid Visitations, it's a 10 plus to cast. It's a magic missile, 18-inch range, D6, strength 5 hits. Targets must pass a toughness test or suffer oh my god. The target unit must then immediately pass the toughness test or suffer D6, strength 5 hits again. Sorry. The range of the target unit must then pass the toughness or suffer D6, strength 5 hits. The target must keep testing its toughness test in this manner until the test is passed. Okay, so this actually keeps going, so that's really, really solid. Or the target is removed. That's capturing. All right, so Fleshy Abundance cast on 11 plus. It's a augment spell, 18-inch range until the next magic phase. Basically give regen 5 plus. If the target already has it, you get a +1, so you get 4 plus regen to a maximum of 2 plus. So it actually keeps stacking. Oh my goodness! Till the start of the next, so you can keep casting this on something that already has regen. The wizard can choose to extend this range to 36 inches. If they do so, it's increased to a 14 plus, which is only 3 more. Plague Wind is the beefy spell. On here, it's a remaining plague spell. It's a Plague Wind magical vortex. Small round template. Player nominates the direction which way it will move, determine how many inches. The template will roll a terror dice. So you roll a terror dice, they remove that direction. Multiply by the wizard's casting level. If the result on the artillery dice is a misfire, the center of the template on the caster, and instead roll a scatter dice. The template moves the number of inches equal to the wizard's casting level in the direction shown by the scatter dice. If you roll a hit, it remains where it is. Any model touched by the template must have pass a toughness test or suffer a single automatic wound which ignores armor saves. In subsequent turns, the plague wind travels in a random direction. The number of inches equal to a roll of artillery die. The wizard can infuse plague wind with more power, so you can use the large template. So not bad at all. Not bad at all, but I just want to use it. I mean, 15 plus is not bad, but 25 plus, I don't know. Pretty high value spell. Lore Slaanesh. Okay, so let's go look at the lore attribute. We have Bliss and Torment. A spell from the Lore Slaanesh is successfully cast. Roll a d6. Plus 1d6 for each unsaved wound caused by the spell, if any. For each roll of a result of a 6 roll, the wizard's weapon skill, initiative, and attacks are increased by 1 until the next magic phase. So this is for when you have but you already have pretty beefy wizards. You can make them a little bit beefier. All right, so you have the Lash of Slaanesh, which is the signature spell, cast on a 6+, 24-inch direct damage spell, 24-inch range. Extend the line 24 inches in length within the caster's forward arc and directly from his base. Any model whose base falls under the line, kind of like a cannonball, suffer the strength 4 hit with the armor piercing special roll, armor piercing 1. Any unit that suffers a casualty from the spell may not march next movement phase. That is solid. I mean, you're gonna lock them up and you're probably gonna wound something. So it's good for like casting it like on fast cavalry or a big beefy unit. You don't want them to move and get in, get position. That's just a good spell. Period. What else we got? Acquiescence, cast on a 7+, is in a hex spell, 24-inch range. The target unit is always strike class and random movement d6 until the start of the next phase. Magic phase, caster magic phase. The wizard can choose to extend this for 10 plus 48-inch range. So pretty solid. And so I guess it's gonna move forward d6 inches and be always strike class. So you could really mess them up. Pretty darn good. I wonder what happens if they move into their own units. Maybe they just bounce off. Pavan of Slaanesh. Cast on an 8+. Pavan of Slaanesh is a direct damage spell, 12-inch range. Targets a single enemy model, even a character unit. Successfully cast, the target must pass a leadership test on 3d6. If it fails, suffers 1 wound, no armor save for every point they lose by. This is like a Terrorgeist kind of deal, except it's character sniping. That is brutal. 8+ to cast, really solid. Hysterical Frenzy, cast on an 8+. It's an remains in spell play. Can cast on a friend or foe unit within 24 inches. It's an augment spell if it's your guys. If it's cast on an enemy, it's a hex spell. For the duration spell, the target gains a frenzy special roll, which is not lost if the unit is defeating close combat. If the target unit already has a frenzy special rule, that unit gains +2 attacks instead of just 1. In addition, for the duration of the spell, the target of the hysterical frenzy suffers d6 strength 3 hits at the end of each of the caster's magic phases. This is like Death Frenzy for the Skaven or whatever. So why would you? Am I missing something here? Why would you give them the enemy? Why would you give them an augment spell? I mean, maybe the frenzy could end up screwing them over. I mean, they are taking hits, but still, it's only d6. Maybe the good thing would be is if it's a small unit. They have frenzy. Maybe it's like a shooting unit, and you're like, well, they're gonna be in frenzy, but they're not gonna want to get into close combat. So maybe I could see that being something like that. That had to keep testing. So I don't know, but it still seems kind of weird that you would help them. Okay, so we have slicing shards, cast on a 10+. The magic missile, 24-inch range, d6, 3-4 hits, armor piercing 1. Target must immediately pass the leadership test or suffer a further d6 string 4 hits, armor piercing. Target must keep passing leadership test until a test is passed. Solid. Maybe a little pricey. No, I won't say pricey. It's just a good, solid thing. You can keep going. They'll have to like waste dice on it at least, right? Just like this one. You don't want anything to hold your guys up. The signature spell. That's one of the better signature spells I've seen, just because it's something that can kill a guy and also affect movement big time. Wait, any model. Okay, so here's what's interesting. This one, it'll be multiple people. I just noticed that would get hit by this, so you have a bigger chance of hitting more guys. All right, Phantasmagoria, cast on a 10 plus. It's a hex spell with 24-inch range. Until the start of the caster's next magic phase, the target unit must roll a d6 whenever it takes a leadership test. An additional d6 when discarding the lowest result. The caster can choose to have the spell target and all enemy units within 12 inches. If you do so, the casting meta is 20 plus. So that's pretty brutal. Yeah, that's kind of tough. Cacophonic Choir, 15 plus to cast as a hex spell, range of 12. Target units takes 3d6 hits that wound on a 4 plus with the ignores armor savers. Oh my god. That wound on a 4 plus, ignoring armor saves. If at least one unsaved wound is caused, the target is subject to always strikes last and random movement d6 until the next caster's next magic phase. You can extend it to 24 inches, 18 plus to cast. It's a rough spell. That's a rough one. All right, guys. We're actually getting through this thing. All right, we got Chaos, Mutation, Powers. Finally, you get to their magic stuff. Okay, Mantle Chaos, 55 points. Any missile attacks targeting the character or the unit they are with have their strength unit have. Rounding up. This has no effect against magical attacks. Pretty awesome. So this will help out with cannonballs and bolts, as you can see right here. Arrows, cannonballs. So that's a pretty solid one. I really like that. That's good. It's pricey, but it could really come in handy. Like if you have a unit of knights and it's just yeah, it's really gonna help. Terrifying Appearance, 35 points. It has terror. I just don't see how that's gonna be. I don't see how that's worth the points. It's decent, but I don't see how that's worth the point. I think there's something in the rulebook that's just as close. I don't know. I wouldn't take that. Wings, infantry, only character has fly. I just don't understand why you would. Unless you have a really beefy character, I guess you could be like on. Oh, it's infantry. If it was like monsters infantry, that'd be great. But I just don't ever see myself taking a fly. Maybe there's a reason to do that. I'm not sure why you would do that. Would you have your character singled out like that? But I just don't see why. But whatever. I mean, maybe Chaos does have some pretty beefy lords and stuff. Flaming Breath. The character has a strength 3 breath weapon. Flaming attacks. It's okay. Bestial Visage. Character has fear. I just don't see the point of that one. And maybe it'll come in handy. I don't know. Distendable Maul. Instead of making a usual attack, the character can choose to make a special attack against a single infantry model. If the attack hits, the enemy must pass an initiative test. If the test is failed, the victim is swallowed whole and is removed from the game with no saves. Now we're talking. With no saves allowed. So, oh my god. So it's going to be infantry, but this is a hero killer right here. No saves of any kind alone. So they better pass that initiative test. Diabolic. That is one of the better things for 20 points I've seen, period. I mean, it's a single attack, and it's, if you're going against a character, it's probably going to be high initiative. So they're only going to be fell on the 6. But who knows, right? That's something to look out for. Diabolic Splendor, 20 points. Any successful leadership taken by an enemy unit in base contact with the character must be rerolled. This mutation cannot be combined with Fearsome Aura. Okay, Fearsome Aura is the next thing. All enemy units within 6 inches of the character suffer -1 to their leadership. It's kind of like Von the Karsten ring or whatever. Pretty cool. So this is solid. Really, really solid. Extra arm, 15 points. The character may wield both a weapon that requires 2 hands and the shield at the same time, benefiting from both pieces of equipment. This mutation cannot be combined with a tentacle. Okay. Pretty cool. I like it. It's pretty cheap too. Really cheap. So you could have an extra attack and have a shield. I mean, what's wrong with that? You have a parry, you have a +1 to your armor save, and you have an extra attack. That's just all for 15 points. That's really, really good. Soul Feeder, 15 points. Roll a d6 for every unsaved wound that the character inflicts on an enemy. Close combat. By the way, I have not seen these guys. I stopped recording when I realized that my audio was not working right. I say that, guys, you know what? But like the problem was the audio just wasn't working right from the beginning. And on the last video I did when I was trying to do this, and I was so mad. I almost punched the wall because I did like an hour and a half, and we're up there right now, but still. Okay, so where were we at? We were at Soul Feeder, I think it was. Okay. Roll d6 for every unsaved wound the character inflicts on an enemy in close combat. For each result of a 6, they immediately regain a lost wound. So this is very similar to the vampire accounts because it's basically like the hunger. Pretty cool. I like it. Chaos Familiar. Chaos Familiar. I mean, I don't know if I'd take it though. 15 points. I wouldn't take it on lower level characters, but on a higher level, why not? They're probably going to be inflicting all kinds of. You know what? Why not? Right? You're probably going to be inflicting all kinds of pain with these chaos freaking guys. They're so beefy. Okay, so Chaos Familiar Wizard only. The character knows one extra spell than normal for his level. Very, very good. Poisonous Slime. You have poison attacks and immunity to poison attacks. Good price. I mean, just solid. Acid Ichor. Whenever the character suffers an unsaved wound in close combat, the model that inflicts the hit suffers string 4 hit, counting towards combat res. Pretty good for 5 points. That's nothing. Burning Body, the character has flaming attacks and immunity to flaming attacks. Pretty solid. For 5 points, that's really solid. Tentacle, 5 points. The character may grapple with a single opponent in basic contact, forcing them to lose one attack. However, the character is not allowed to use a shield or any weapon that requires 2 hands. So, I don't know if that's worth it. I don't think it is. But, anyways, Cloven Hooves, we have 5 points. Model 1 foot only. The champion gains +1 movement. This mutation cannot be combined with a serpent body. Pretty cool. I guess to keep up, maybe you needed to keep up with someone else. I guess I don't know how you would benefit from that if you're going to put your character in a unit, you know, and then they're slower than you. Scaled Skin. The character has 6+ natural armor. I mean, for 5 points, I guess it's okay, but I mean, you might as well just take light armor if it's cheaper. Horns, 5. If you even have it, I don't know if Chaos has it. Horns, 5 points. Model on foot only. The character gets impact hits 1 special. That's pretty good for 5 points. I like that. Yeah, because you're gonna have a high strength usually for these Chaos guys. Unholy Strike. Instead of attacking normally, the character can choose to make a single special attack. Do so, the attack hits. That hit is resolved with double the character's strength and has multiple moves. I mean, why would you not take that? So let me repeat that. So if they do so and the attack hits, the hit is resolved at double the character's strength. So this is really solid, I think, if you're fighting like a monster or something like that. Or, I don't know. That's kind of nice for 5 points. I mean, basically, all these guys have really high weapon skills. So you're gonna probably hit. And if you have Hydra, you can re-roll, right? And you re-roll, your hit is double your character's strength. You're going to be like wounded on 2s. You're going to get multiple wounds, but then you might roll a 1. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It depends what kind of character you have. If you have a high-strength character with very little attacks, then it might be worth it. Looks kind of cool on paper, but it might be better just to do your regular attacks now, I think. But all right, next we have Powers of Khorne. Is a blood-curdling roar. It just has so much crap. Jeez. At the start of the first round of close combat, all animated units in base contact suffer 2d6 strength 2 hits, which ignores armor. Are you kidding me? Only 25 points? That's really good. That's just really good. Yeah, Blood Fever. There's banners like that aren't that good. You know what I mean? Blood Fever, 25 points. The model never loses their frenzy for any reason. In addition, any unit, friend or foe in base contact with them in the movement phase becomes subject to frenzy for the rest of that turn. So you have frenzy, your opponent has frenzy, and your friends have frenzy. So if they already have the frenzy special, they gain an additional +1 attack, but will have to reroll any successful berserker rage roll. So double-edged sword here, but that's just an interesting one. It could be fun. Might be more of a fun one than a actual like tactical one. Fury of the Blood God, 25 points. Models gain the hatred special rule. Any wizard within 12 inches of the character suffer -D3 to each of their class rolls. Solid. Collar of Khorne, 20 points. Talisman, the character has magic resistance 2. Not bad. Deafening Bellow, 20 points. On the character, turn the character charges. All enemy units in base contact suffer -1 to hit. Solid 2. Powers of Tzeentch, 30 points. Wizards only. The character may reroll a single power or dispel dice per turn. This potentially may prevent a miscast. Really solid item. Really solid item. Protean form. The champion has 5+ special ability, so 5+ regen. So I guess it's only for champions, or I guess you can take it on anybody. Yeah. But I assume you can take something like that on champions of, chosen or just Chaos Warriors or Knights or whatever. So not bad. That's actually pretty solid. If you have like a 1+ armor save, you fail that, you can have 5+ regen. It's not bad. Unless you fail it, then it's not worth it. 25 points. Conjoined Homunculus is 25 points. Wizard only once returned, the character may choose to add +D3 to their casting result after attempting to cast a spell. This altered dice cannot cause a misstep or count towards ultimate power. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, the fact that it can't cause a misstep is great. So that's just a solid little item. And not too expensive either. Third eye of Tzeentch is reroll award saves of 1. Not bad. Not bad at all. Powers of Nurgle. Man, they just got... Oh, I'm so super jealous. They got Nurgle... they got the mark with it, Nurgle, Tzeentch, Slaanesh. Oh, God. Khorne. It's just so ridiculous. Powers of Nurgle. The character gains a breath weapon. All models hit. Must pass the toughness test. Or suffer wound, no armor save, of course. 40 points. Really solid. Massive Bulk. That's just really solid. Oh, man. 20 points. Character gains +1 wound. For 20 points, that's really solid. That's just not... I hardly see anything bad in this. Nurgling Infestation, 15 points. Each model that attacks a character in close combat suffers a 3-3 hit after attacker hits have been worked out. This occurs even if the character with the Nurgling Infestation is slain and any wounds are caused. Counter combat res, I don't know if that's worth it for 15 points. Secondary Jaws. The character gains a special attack with strength 2 with the always strikes first and ignores armor special rule. So super low strength, but who knows? Maybe you can get one. I don't know if it's worth 15 points. I like the ignore armor special rule though. I mean, this is better than other stuff, so not bad for 15 points actually. Nurgle's Rot, 10 points. I mean, you're going to be wounded on 6s, so it's going to be tough, or 5 or 6 or so. Nurgle's Rot is 10 points at the start of every close combat phase. Every enemy unit model in base contact with the character suffers a single strength when hit ignore armor save. With the ignore armor save special rule. It's not bad for 10 points. It's really not. Drink 1, of course, it's going to be 6s all around, but still. Hell Shriek, 50 points. When used only, the character can use this ability to start in the magic phase. Immediately after rolling winds of magic, all enemy units within 18 inches must immediately roll 2d6 on the miscast table. Oh, man. So you could possibly kill a wizard or two. Or all of them. Of course, it's very hard for that to happen, but still. It's just a free miscast for any wizards within 18 inches. I mean, that's... Oh, my God. That's pretty good. Word of Agony, 30 points. Once per game at the beginning of the close combat phase, the bearer of the Word of Agony can choose a model in base contact. That model takes d6 strength 4 hits when no armor saves, of course. Really good. Really, really good. This once per game, but still, not bad. Of course, you might roll a 1. Serpent Body, 15 points, model on foot only. The champion gains +2 movement and +1 initiative. This mutation cannot be combined with Cloven Hooves. Okay. Not sure how I feel about that one. Superphoric Musk, 15 points. When a unit flees from the character with this gift or the unit the fleeing unit rolls an extra d6 and discards the highest dice roll. Pretty cool. I like it. Allure of Slaanesh, 10 points. Any unit wishing to strike the character in close combat with must first pass the psychology test before rolling a hit. If the test is failed, the model cannot make any close combat attacks that phase. This does not affect attacks that do not roll to hit. Okay, so we got more stuff, of course. Sheesh, guys. Ridiculous. Chaos Demon Sword, 50 points. Magic weapon. Character with the Demon Sword adds D3 to his strength and has D3 attacks to a maximum of 10. However, every 2-hit roll of 1 made by this character will result against himself. I think it's worth it. 50 points. Make sure and take a ward save, I guess. Take a 3+ ward save or whatever. Take some kind of ward save or something. Hellfire Sword, 35 points. Close combat attacks made with the Hellfire Sword have the flaming attack and ignore armor special rules. After all close combat blows have been struck, roll a d6 for every foe slain by this thing. Roll a 6. On a roll of a 6, the slain foe's body explodes, inflicting an additional d6 3-4 hits on the enemy unit with flaming attack special rule. Unsaved wound count towards combat res. At the end of each of the wielder's turn, roll a d6. On a roll of 1, they suffer 1 wound with ignored armor save special rule. I mean, that's a double-edged sword there, but still, not bad. Rending Sword, 45 points. All attacks with the Rending Sword may reroll failed rolls to wound and have the multiple D3 special roll. That's a solid one. That is really solid. I really like that one. Reroll failed wounds and then multiple wounds? I mean, come on. I'll take that one over this one, probably. I say that. Yeah, I'm not sure. They're both good. Except, see, the good thing is this one doesn't have any repercussions. The other one does. Yeah, because you don't want to kill yourself. So maybe I'll take that one instead. The Crimson Armor of Dargon, 25 points, full plate armor, 30 plus armor too. The wearer of the Crimson Armor gains immunity to killing blow and multiple wound attacks. Okay. And a 6 plus ward. So really, really good for 25 points. Come on. Helm of Many Eyes, 20 points, magic armor, 6 plus armor save. The wearer gets always strike first and stupidity. With their high leadership, I think I'd take it. That's just good. Their high leadership and their great initiative and great attacks are good like stats. I take it. All right, we have the Crown of the Everlasting Conquest, the talisman. The wearer of the Everlasting Thing has a 4 plus regen. In addition, it gives the wearer Inspired Presence rule to the friendly units within 6 inches. And you know what? Regen is really, really so much better in this edition because you don't have flaming attacks no longer take away your regen, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. You can tell me that in the comments. Because all they do is that, like, you know what? Let's go look at that. What does flaming attacks do? Let me double check before I put my foot in my mouth here. All the flaming attacks cause fear in war beasts, cavalry, and chariots, and flammable creatures, so it causes fear. Any panic taken by these troop types from flaming attacks suffer -1 to their leadership, unless otherwise stated. So yeah, flaming attacks got nerfed big time. So yeah, definitely regeneration is so much better because of that. Unless I'm missing something here, regen is just a 4 plus save period, not affected anymore. It's just another 4 up ward. In addition, that gives the wearer Inspired Presence to friendly units within 6 inches. So is that like even if you're not the general? If worn by the general, his Inspired Regen is increased by 6. So yeah, if you could not be the general and you'll get Inspiring Presence. So it gives them the Inspiring Presence. But if you're worn by a general, it'll give them +6. So but if you already have 18, you'll get 24. I guess so. The Book of Secrets. Oh, I love these kind of things. The Book of Secrets is whether allows the wizard to choose an additional spell from the Lords of Fire, Shadow, Death, following normal rules for choosing spells. This does not give them additional access to any signature spells. In addition, they get +1 to channel power dice, but do not channel any dispel dice. If the bear ever miscasts, roll 2d6 on the miscast table and choose the highest result, which I'm guessing is bad. I don't remember. So yeah, I mean, so you're spending 40 points. You get an additional spell, and you get +1 to channel. That's what I see. But you could do worse on the miscast. So, all right, we have the Chalice of Chaos as an enchanted item. When you summon the bearer of the Chalice of Chaos, may drink it from it at the start of any phase. Roll d6. All right. So on a 1, the imbiber suffers a wound, no saves of any kind allowed. On a 2, the imbiber gains always strikes first. Really good. 3, 4 plus regen. 4, 5 plus ward save. 5, 3 is better. 5, demonic strength, gives killing blow. 6, you turn into a demon prince. If the imbiber is already a demon prince, he instead becomes an unworthy fool. Otherwise, he must immediately take a leadership test. If passed, he is gifted demonhood, as described in the Eye of the Gods table. If failed, he is gifted with spawndom. All right. For 10 points, that's really solid. You can have a demon prince out there. That's crazy. Banner of Wrath, 25 points. Bounce spell, level 4, 24-inch range, D6, 24 hits is a lightning attack. Man, I'm so jealous of this army. Okay, now we're going to get into points. Chaos Warriors are 17 points apiece. Wow, they should be. I'm imagining most of everything in this army. Like, guys, I've never seen any army book of Chaos ever, like of Chaos Warriors. I've never really seen one. They can have 50 points thing. There's +2 for any mark that you put on them, which I would probably go with the mark of what is Slaanesh to give them stubborn and what was it? Stubborn and immune to psychology. Yeah, I like that. You can give them flails and give them +2 strength in the first round. Let's go look. Flails, what do flails do again? I think they're +2 strength in the first round, and then they're just normal after that. Crash 2 hand strength bonus +2. Yeah. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I think it's just on the first round, if I remember correctly, with the flail. Okay. Or you can pole arms and then be strength 5, you know. Great weapons. Strength 6. I mean, it's going to be an expensive unit, but I believe, yeah, they have a full plate armor. So you're talking guys that have 3+ armor save. These are almost like they're just knights. That's what they are. So pretty solid. And these are these core? Is that am I reading that? It's just core choice? Maybe the best core choice in the game, if it is. I don't see whether they're core or not, but yeah. I'll have to look like in Battle Scrap and see. All right, we got Lord. We have Archaon, who's 580 points, which he should be. um, just a scary son of a bitch, and then 50 points more to be on Dogar, which is pretty good upgrade. Just a scary dude. Bardic Chrome. I don't remember what half these guys are, but he's 250 points. Yeah, I mean, just really scary guys. Galruk was a dragon, 525 points. He should be, knowing the 3+ armor save, and then he's a freaking dragon wizard. Ridiculous. Kolix Sun Eater, 465 points. Okay. Oh, this was the big old dragon, the Shaggoth. Scary dude. 350 points for Valkyla Bloody. I really like this one. I think she's a solid character and not as expensive. Sigvald the Magnificent. Was this the pretty boy? I think it was. He's pretty solid though. I mean, most of their guys are solid. 385 points for Village. Got the Conjoined Homunculus. Just this funny word. All right. I'm not gonna pretend to remember all the stats from those, but I did read it, but yeah, I don't remember. Chaos Lord's 180 points base. Strength 5, toughness 5, 5 attacks, 7 initiative, 3 wounds, weapon skill 8. Just a really beefy guy to begin with. You can give him full plate armor, which why wouldn't you? For 6 points, give him a shield. It's so crazy to me that you can just have a 2+ armor save just base, and that'll be what? That's 6 points plus shield, 9 more points. And you have 189 points, and then you have a 2+ guy with a 5 strength 5, toughness 5, 5 attacks. Just ridiculous. And yeah, look at all these different things you can put them on, guys. It's just so many fun combinations you can put on. And you can take mutations and powers up to 100 points. Wait, and powers and or magical atoms. That means you could take 100 of each? Maybe I'm misunderstanding there. Either way, guys are super scary. Super duper scary. Demon Prince, 240 points. Can make him 35 points for each level of wizarddom. You can give him medium armor, no full plate or anything, but give him different march for more points. Slaanesh is the lowest one. Actually, Demon Prince of Khorne can take 150 points. So if you make him Khorne, that's 150 points. That's something to keep in mind there. Okay, and these are all the different lords you can use. I don't know which. I have to look back to it. When we're done here, I'm going to look back on the magics and to see which one I think is the best one. I really like the first one the best. You know what? I'll have to look because I don't remember off the top of my head. Lords, Chaos Sorcerer, Lords. So you can have. It's just, oh man, just so good. Did they get the first? Oh no. Okay, so it's a level 3. You can upgrade him to a 4 for 35 points more. It's a pricey guy. It's a pretty pricey guy. Just so many options here too. I mean, but yeah, 250 points base. Really expensive, but rightfully freaking so. Heroes, we have Cordell Sargar, 90 points. Wolf Victor Wonder, 140 points. Throg. This one might be worth it if you want to add extra. Want to take what do you call it? The Trolls, Chaos Trolls is a core choice, but 265 points is pretty expensive. But he does have regen, so it's a 4+ save, so that's pretty good for a big guy like that. Festus the Leech Lord. Oh yeah, 250 points. It's like basically toughness 6. Skyla Affengrim. This is a cool little. I really like this guy. Like I remember this one. This is the unbreakable little monstrous beast for 105 points. An unbreakable dude with a 5+ armor, 6 attacks, basically D6 + 2, and he's frenzied attacks. Leadership 10. That could be just like a Doombull running around. You know what I mean? I mean, just kind of scary. Of course, not as tough, but not as strong. But the fact that it's unbreakable, that's a tough little hero. Exalted Heroes, 105 points. You can make him BSB for 25 points. You can add all kinds of shit right here. I mean, full plate armor. I'm so jealous of the full plate armor. I mean, right there, boom, already freaking 3+, 2+ armor save right away. Jeez. Chaos Sorcerer, a little bit less points, 100 points. You can level 2 for 35. Heroes, Slaughter Priests. I like these Slaughter Priests. They're pretty solid. So what? The Slaughter Priest. Oh, this is the character one. So yeah, I just think he's pretty solid. I think he's pretty good. Give him a great weapon. Have him strength 6 strength 7 in the first round, strength 6 normally. Why not? Initiative's 5. That's pretty dang good. Yeah. Marauder Chieftain. Only 55 points. Pretty cheap. Can you make this guy a BSB? No, you can't. So this is just like a low level character. And you can make him, I don't know, give him some marks, give him a nice little weapon. It's not too bad. 5 initiative, 3 attacks, strength 4, toughness 4. Give him a nice weapon. Can do some damage. Core units, here we go. Chaos Warrior, 16 points per model. I guess earlier I was just seeing something. I'm not sure what I could do with that. 16 points per model. Weapon skill 5, strength 4, toughness 4, 2 attacks each. Yeah. Give them all, 18 points per model. If you give them all shields, why wouldn't you? Give them all full plate. It comes with a full plate armor. You're going to have 2+ armor save, guys. 18 points. The only thing that sucks is that they're movement 4. So maybe you might want to think about giving them the banner to give them +1 movement. Maybe banner of swiftness or whatever. So if it's still around, which I think it is, maybe give them that. And then the mark of, give them mark of Slaanesh, which is, give them mark of Slaanesh. Or you can give him Mark of Khorne and make him really scary with Frenzy. I would give him Mark of Slaanesh, immune to psychology, and then give him Stubborn. Make a nice big unit of them. I don't know. That's off the top of my head. Maybe give them that. Then you're talking they're 20 points a model. And then maybe one more thing would be give them that standard. I mean, it is going to be an expensive unit if you get something like that. Marauders are 5 points per. That's really, really low. 5 points per model. And then you can give them all. What can you do here? Can't give them much. Give them all flails. I mean, dude, make a unit of them, but 6 points per model. Give them all flails. Don't worry about it. Just make it something. I mean, they're gonna have strength 5 on the first round, and then 4 after that. That's really cheap for 6 points a model, if you ask me. Of course, I do not think they have they have a 6+ armor save. So, you know what? That's not that terrible. That's not that terrible. I think I would do that. I do think I would do that. Yeah. Pretty cheap. Core units, Marauder Hunters. These are going to be your scouts. I mean, 6 points per model. That's cheap. Pretty dang cheap. Give them short bows for half a point. I mean, whatever. Might as well. Pretty cheap hunters. I mean, I like this army so far, period. 12 points per model when it comes to Marauder Horsemen. This is going to be your fast cav. Give them shields. You can give them short bows. Pretty cheap. You always want to take some kind of fast cav if you have the option to. Chariot's only 70 points for the Marauder Chariot. I mean, just a nice little thing that can cause some chaos. If you want to get a little bit. Oh, so here's the Forsaken. So these are going to be D3 attacks, strength 4, toughness 4. I mean, 5+ armor save, freakish mutations. They have all the ones that have the freakish mutations where you roll on a chart or something like that. I'm not sure about those. But it might be fun to try. Chaos Warhounds are cheap as hell. Cheap as chips, as my friends across the pond might say. 6 points per model. Why wouldn't you take some? They have Vanguard. This is your weapon skill 4. It's pretty solid. And they have a natural armor 6+. And you can add poison attacks. So you can make them 8 points per model. And now you got 6+ armor save. And then +1 to wound. Solid. Get a unit of 5 of them and do some War Machine hunted. Chaos Cultists are 3 points per model. These are your slaves, just chaff units. You can make them ambushers and just lock shit up. Yeah. Why not, right? Why not? I don't know. I mean, just chaff, right? You get a nice unit of them and just most of the stuff in this army is super expensive, so that's not too bad. So then you have Chaos Knights, which are 36 points a model, of course. They have Lance full plate armor. Shield, barding, you're talking 1+ armor save. 36 points per model is going to be super expensive. Of course, they're not like Blood Knights, but get a unit of 5 of these, and yeah, you might want to put some kind of magic standard on them where you can maybe that one standard. Oh, or you can add a character and add that one thing where any shooting at them is halved or whatever. That would actually could help them out. You could do instead of the lances, you could do Enforceable Weapons, and then you have strength 5 in every round of combat instead of strength 4 in the ensuing ones, and that might not be that bad. I don't know if you would do that, but maybe you could try that. Play around with that. You have another chariot for 110 points. Give it marks for more points. Stuff can really add up with this stuff. I can see that now. Any little upgrades, like way more. All these marks are more points, but they're also great. They can be really good. The Core Beast chariot is 135 points. It's only 25 more points. Full plate armor. Also, it does have. What does that mean? So it has a 5+ armor. This is a little bit confusing. Causes fear. The equipment has a pole arm, has a full plate armor, but the chariot is a 5+ save. So there's a little bit of incongruency there. Maybe y'all can explain it to me because I'm not really sure. Special unit, we have Skull Reapers, which are 34 points a model. 2 hand weapons, so basically have 4 attacks each actually. So no shields, 5+ armor, 4+ armor save, right? I think maybe 5+ or 4+, I'm not sure. You can take a magic standard worth of 50 points. You could add it. You can make both their hand weapons to be 2 enforceable weapons, so it'd be strength 5. That's pretty brutal. But the fact that they don't have that good of an armor save makes me a little bit worried about these guys. Pewter Blightclings, they're 32 points per model. These are going to be, But these monsters infantry? They're just infantry, aren't they? Yeah, they're just infantry. Yeah, infantry. Strength 4, toughness 5. You can make them strength 5 with those enforceable weapons. They have a shield, medium armor. So medium armor is a 5+ save, but the shield is 4+ save. Okay, not as bad. That's a pretty solid, but just really, really expensive. Expensive, but then if you put the mark, let's say, make him even more expensive, right? And give him the mark. Can you give him a mark? Oh, you can make him skirmishers for free. Oh, I do like it. Okay, all right. So a group of 5 of them and make them skirmishers. That is brutal. So great weapon. Come on, strength 6, toughness 6. If you give them, oh no, you can't give them the marker. Oh yeah, they do have the marker. So the marker Nurgle. So their strength, toughness 6, strength 6 with their great weapon on the first round. Strength 5 after that. That's a scary little unit. That's what she said. I'm so stupid. Hellstride of the Slaanesh, these are the ones with a lot of movement. This is just the cavalry. They do have a shield, so they will get a +1 or strength whenever they charge. I don't mean, they're just fast cavalry. Poison attacks, not bad. I mean, and they're a little expensive, but you know what? With that kind of movement, they could really cause some problems, or at least cause some problems for your war. They have to look out for them. Now we have the Chaos Chosen, which are 18 points per model, and then here's where you're going to get really expensive because you have strength 4, toughness 4, weapon skill 6, 2 attacks, and then you're going to have all your marks. It's going to get up to 20 points. Then you can add your flails, polearms, or whatever. You add armor, so you're going to get 22 points, almost 24 points per model. They're basically just knights, but they may be the unit that nobody wants to come close to, right? So, yeah, scary unit. What else we got? Flarekin, 6 points per model. Can't remember what. Oh yeah, these are the guys that just like climb up stuff or whatever. Kind of interesting. I mean, skirmishers. I mean, I don't know how good they are, but any kind of skirmishers, you might want to give them a shot. Maybe if there's some kind of terrain, it actually might come in handy. So we have the Skin Wolves, which are 38 points per model. That's expensive as hell. 3 attacks, 3 wounds, strength 4, toughness 4. You can give them marks. They have frenzy and regeneration. Claws and Fang, Will of Chaos. Monstrous Beast, so that means that they have Stomp, I believe. Is there Stomp? I believe there is Stomp. Wait, so that's one thing I'm not sure. Do we have Stomp and Thunder Stomp? I don't think we have Thunder Stomp. Let's see, Stomp. Does that mean that only this rule? Oh well, I guess not, because like they don't have Stomp on there, right? So I don't see Stomp on their special rules, right? Or I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But either way, frenzy, regen, strength 4, toughness 4, 38 points. Wow, it's super expensive. They're basically ogres. They're basically ogres. Maybe a little better because they have weapons that go 5. Yeah, so pretty scary. And that regen, it's definitely, it might be worth it just because of that regen. Special unit, here we have Chaos Ogres, which is 28 points per model, which is actually pretty cheap for an ogre. I think. Weapon skill 3 attacks. They have the ogre charge. They only have light armor, so there's 6+ save. You can give them extra hand weapons, can make it 4 attacks each. You can give them marks, make it even more expensive. You can do some stuff here, but yeah, the weapon skill's pretty low. Dragon Ogres, 55 points per model. They have the 5 plus natural armor. I mean, you can give them some extra strengths and stuff like that. And I do wonder how it works with this stomp. I'm not entirely sure. Chaos Trolls, 40 points per model, natural armor plus regen. Pretty solid. If you take that one Chaos troll character, then you can take these as core, and you really have an all troll or a primarily troll battle line kind of thing. That's going to be scary as hell, guys. 3 wounds each, shrink 5, toughness 4. Yeah, that troll vomit, which ignores armor saves. It's just scary. Chaos spawn is 40 points. You may only take 1 or 2 of them as a special choice, but then you might get them if you roll the Eye of the Gods. Now we have the rare units, which is the Vanguard, shrink 5, toughness 4. It's a monstrous cavalry. They have a lance, so they actually shrink 7 on the charge. And yeah, that's just, and they have devastating charge, so shrink 8 on the charge. That's crazy. Yeah, these or you can give them Enforceable Weapons, and then you got shrink 6 and then shrink 7 on the charge with the devastating. These Wrathmongers were cool. I remember I liked them. Heavy armor, they're infantry. They have the Mark of Khorne, which gives them frenzy. 4 attacks each. I mean, the heavy armor is the thing that is their downfall. They do have 2 wounds each, but yeah, it's gonna be tough. Maybe you can do that thing where you take the character with thing that reduces. Still only movement 4 though, so I thought they looked better earlier. Now they don't look as good at 44 points a model. Yeah. Then we have Skull Crushers, which are 77 points a model. Oh my goodness. You take a unit of 3, and they have a lance, strength 6. Man, these are so expensive. You can have such a tiny army if you get some of these big dudes. I mean, yes, the juggernauts are cool and all that stuff, but yeah, they just might be too expensive. I don't know. I don't know how good they'll be. Yeah. Next we have the Fate Masters. The disc only. Oh, it's the guy there on top of the disc. 46 points per model. They fly. These guys could be scary. It could be scary. So I have to try it. We have the Pus Goyle, not the Pussy Goyle. Blight Lord, 62 points per model. You could have a unit of 2 of them. 24 toughness 5. They only have 2 wounds, but they're on the rot fly, right? So I wonder how it works here. Like, do you have to kill both? Can you kill the I don't know how it works in WAP. Like, can you kill the monster out beneath it, and then you just have the post-goyle Blight Lord left over? I'm not really sure how that works. So you have upgrades here, whatever. Chaos War Shrine, 100 points. Give it a marks. It actually can help stuff out. It's pretty cheap. It's a lot cheaper than I thought for 100 points. Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, 225 points. That thing is scary as hell. The Giant Spine Chaos War Beast, strength 6, toughness 5, 5 attacks. I mean, another scary dude. Chaos Giant, 175 points. Pretty cheap for 170. I don't know if that's cheaper than usual, but it'd be fun to take one. Giant Chaos Spawn, 195 points. I don't see how this could be. I just don't see why. I'd rather take the Giant probably because he's stubborn 10. You know what I mean? Of course, the Chaos Spawn is unbreakable in toughness 6, but it seems that the Giant just has better rolls. But stuff that could be more scary, maybe. I don't know. The Chimera, strength 5, toughness 5, 6 attacks. Don't know if it's worth it. 190 points. Slaughter Brute was kind of interesting. 4 plus armor save. Strength 7, but so expensive. So damn expensive. Mutilas, the Vortex Beast, 240 points. Not sure about that guy either. The Hell Cannon, 190 points. This thing looks like it could be pretty scary, but still pretty expensive. 4 plus armor save. I don't know if it's worth it. Now the War Mammoth, I think it's worth taking just because it's just a tank, and it could do all kinds of damage. So yeah, I definitely would love to take that one, and I'd love to see that model. All right, guys, that's it for my Warriors of Chaos Army book review for the Warhammer Armies Project, aka WAP. Hope y'all enjoyed it. This is my my first time and I have seen it because I had seen about 3/4 of this book, and I missed the last part where we saw some of these a lot of these magic items. And I did say I was going to go back. In fact, let me do this, guys, because I did say I was going to go back and check out the lores and say which one I like the best. And I'm going to do that as best as I can here because I think I just passed it out because I'm not going to re-roll all. I'm not going to re-look at everything again. but I will say just like skimming over it. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Okay. I would say that Inferno Gateway. Oh, man. I'm gonna say I remember the first one really standing out to me. The lore of what is it, Tzeentch? The lore of Tzeentch seemed to just really stick out to me at first. You got the Pandemonium, which is really really tough with that. I did like that. Which one was the one where? Hmm. For him, I don't know, guys. I'm not gonna go over it, but I did think that this one was probably the one that stood out the most for some reason. You can let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I don't remember every single one, but I also do like that, and you'll get more power dice and whatnot. But just a solid thing, low casting values. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I don't remember all the spells, and I don't want to go over every single one. It just kind of that's the one that seems to stand out the most. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Go for future notifications, all that good stuff. Cheers.